I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect?
Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hey, welcome to the Detroit Cast on a Monday with Mike and Jay. Big E is here, of course. K-Dog is here. Pews is here. K-Dog is an asshole, by the way, but he's here.
Agree.
How you doing, buddy? How was your weekend?
Well, it was a long weekend.
Yeah.
I was in down in Ohio.
Yeah.
For soccer.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I haven't been home since Friday morning.
Seriously?
So, yeah.
Just you and Russ, was it?
Russ and I, yeah. It was
Nice.
fun.
Little father-son
spent
action.
some time with Russ. He's something.
Yeah.
But
how is he on a long weekend?
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
He loves being with his dudes, you know?
Yeah.
The rest of the players.
Are you a cool dad to him, or are you just like, Dad? Is he like, Dad, get out of here. It's me and the boys' time.
No, he just takes off. He'll just grab one of the hotel keys and be like, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
And he's, dicking around playing
Seems
Xbox
exactly
and
like
stuff.
we would have been.
Yeah.
Good
yeah,
for him.
they all find a room, throw on the Xbox and play FIFA and shit.
Nice.
And then they scope chicks down by the pool.
Good. Is he Instagramming any of them?
I don't know.
Yeah. How was your weekend, E? Anything fun?
I went to I went to Ann Arbor and saw this one band I've seen, like, although it's funny. I don't know if
This
it's
is gonna be funny. Guys, it's gonna be funny. Go E.
I don't know if it's funny, but like I realize like when we do this now, I've done comedy, sometimes now, and it's like the last few times someone's been everyone's come out. Somebody has come out the last few times for sure, and I've had
Like,
a few.
Oh, you came out? You came out?
Did?
No.
Finally,
This is a huge
he
weekend.
came out.
E.
No,
This is not only funny, it's
Congratulations.
interesting.
No.
Wow, you're right. It is kind of funny. That is funny.
People
Finally.
have come up to me and they're like, they're kind of like, oh, the show and this and that, and sometimes they're drunk, and I don't mind it or whatever. But like this weekend, I've seen this band, man, the Killer Flamingos. I've probably seen them like 40 times.
Yeah.
And I was drunkenly going up to one of the band members, just talking about how they were awesome and how we were gonna go somewhere else tonight, man. But
Oh no.
we came up here and said to watch you guys and shit.
He is the worst when he gets hammered drunk.
I wasn't hammered, but I mean, I was.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean that night. I wasn't hammered last night by any means. I mean, I was buzzed, but it was just that I was walking away and realized, dude, I'm just the same person that sometimes comes up to me and you're kind of like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are they gonna say to me? I'm just sitting here telling them how they're awesome and shit. But if anyone's ever seen these guys before, you should check them out. If anyone ever has,
they've been around forever.
The Killer Flamingos,
Yeah.
they have been.
I've seen them before.
I don't know, like I said, I think I've seen them like 40 times now.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
That's
but
cool.
How about
anyways,
you,
a
Mike?
blast.
What'd you do?
I had a lot of errands to do. I'm going out of town on Tuesday, so I was running around doing some things, had to, get keys made and pick up some stuff. I'm infuriated, though, because one of my trips out,
Oh boy.
which, you all know how much I love trips out of the house. I don't like that stuff.
And you certainly don't like to waste them.
I don't like to waste them. And I wasted 2 trips to FedEx this weekend because, and this goes to the people that are wondering where the fuck their stickers are. Their Detroit Cast stickers that we promised, 3 months ago to them. We specifically, and I specifically went to this place knowing that they'd make these stickers that I was looking for that weren't
Flimsy and
cheap. Yeah. So I specifically went there and had these specifically made and ordered, and they were supposed to arrive, what was it, on the 13th of last month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And so I go in there on the 13th and
They haven't ordered them yet.
It's crazy. They were supposed to be here on like the 7th or 8th, maybe even. And we've got envelopes to send them out. We've got everything done on our end. They've been done for a month and a half now. And I've gone in there now, 6 times. And it's like, oh, we guarantee they'll be here on Thursday. And so last time I went in there.
Are we getting free stickers or what?
I don't know, dude, because they were not cheap. They were hundreds of dollars.
Mike, demand free stickers.
Yeah. I don't know how that works. Can you demand that they're totally free?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
throw your
demand-
weight around.
Well, you can demand whatever you want.
Exactly. I don't
Yeah.
know how that works. You fucking go in there and demand it.
Yeah.
Say, I've been in here 6 times, assholes. If you don't give it to me, I'm going to badmouth you on a podcast.
Too late because it's already happening. but I go in there and I'm like, guys, these are not just like for myself at home. These are promised out. We were supposed to send these out already. You guys, what is going on? They're like, oh, we'll guarantee they'll be here by Friday. And this was 3 weeks ago. So I finally go in there and I talk to someone new. And they always say, oh, we're going to call you later today. We're going to call you later today. No, never do. Never. And so I go in there again and
You need
I
to talk
find
to
out,
a regional manager.
I do need to talk to. Well, that's the problem with having companies that nobody owns anymore. Mom and pops, nobody gives a shit. It's just some asshole there making $8 an hour. What do they give a fuck if that
some
stuff comes
E's
in?
standing there.
Yeah, and I almost don't blame them. It's like, what's their incentive to give any shit at all, ever? It's like, no, I'm collecting my paycheck whether you get your shit or not. What do I care? Someone else dropped the ball, and now you're coming in here to yell at me for it. Fuck off.
Yeah,
is kind of the attitude. And so I finally go in there. I'm like, dude, what is going on with these stickers? And it turns out they didn't even order them till the 13th. You and I sat upstairs together and did the proof. And
they took
was
our credit
on the
card.
phone. They took the credit card, charged it, and we on the phone. I'm manipulating. Well, make it a little shorter
Yep,
here, a little
remember
wider
that.
there. Remember that conversation? And then we sent the final. They sent me approval, and I had to fill it out and send it right back to them so that they could sign it and be done with it. That was weeks ago. It was supposed to be 4 days later it arrives. Dude, I walked in there today and I'm like, this is unbelievable because they told me they guaranteed it'd be here Thursday or Friday, like 3 days ago. And so I go in there and there's one bitch sitting at a desk, sitting there. There's nobody in the store. I walk in, the fucking bell, bing, rings when you walk into the door. And I'm standing at the counter for 5 minutes as she's just sitting there on her computer, fat ass, just sitting at her desk, typing on her computer. Finally, after about 3 or 4 minutes of dead silence, I'm looking around like, this is unfucking believable. I wish a regional manager could see this right now. She goes, you need some help with something? And I'm like, yeah, could use a hand over here. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to say, just see how long this asshole sits here on her fat ass and ignores me. And then as I said, yeah, I'm in here for the 20th time looking for some stickers we ordered. And she goes, and then the phone rings and she, usually you pick that phone up at that point and you go, yeah, hi, I'm with a customer. Can you hold on for a second? Because I'm here before that customer. I've been standing here looking at your dumb ass for 3 minutes while this guy just called in. So I'm first in line, right? No, she's going to sit here and talk to this dickhead on the phone for 5 minutes while I'm just standing there. Finally, she saunters her fat ass over and starts, oh, yeah, well, I see what's going on here. It should be in any day. It should be in Monday. I'm just like, whatever. And I just walked out in her face.
Dude,
Unbelievable.
if you don't get 75% off this,
yeah.
Mike,
Make
it happen.
Believe me, I will. Because last time I talked to another guy that was working there, he said, hey, my manager already said that, we'll work something out because this is bullshit that it's taken this long. And then it was like, oh, yeah, it was a rush order. It'll be done. It'll be here by Thursday, Friday. So then Friday I go in there, nothing. Sunday I go, nothing. It's unbelievable. But I know I walk out the door and nobody gives a shit less. They're like, whatever. I won't be working here on Monday when his problem continues. What do I give a fuck?
That is something that I used to do.
Dude, I know, but it's infuriating
I
because
know.
it'd be one thing if it was something we wanted to hang in the studio, but it's not. There are people waiting and they've been waiting a long time for it. And we've promised them this. And it's like, I don't want them to think we're totally dropping the ball on this shit. It's like,
we only half did by waiting until February.
yeah, well, there was a lot of shit going on. So we're partly to blame, but for the last 2 months, it's not our fault. Don't blame us. It's not our fault. Don't act like we're the fat ass sitting at the desk ignoring your calls. We see them and we're on that shit.
It's funny, dude. We just got an email today. Someone going, yeah, just wondering about those stickers. What's the ETA? Don't know.
Monday, apparently.
Yeah,
Monday, of course. Right. But if I go out of town, you might have to go pick them up.
Then we'll get it done.
That's right. I'm not even going in Monday. I'm going to let Jay handle it. Let you go in there,
Get
guns
some free
a-blazing.
stickers. Hey, free stickers, Mike. Check that out.
Yeah. Well,
We
anyway.
got credit on our account.
Yeah, we do need a credit on our account. Anyway, dare I say a big show today. We got a lot to get to. We've got that blaze in New York City. Unbelievable there. We got a Philly shooting. We got a feces-related issue. We got acid
Always
injections.
a feces-related issue.
They're fun. They're like the bonus segment
Seems
almost.
to be, yeah.
Throw those in there. We got girlfriend arguments. Or wife, I suppose, would fit into that category. A defrocked priest.
Defrocked.
Defrocked. What does that
Love
mean?
that.
That they're gone? They're not in the priesthood anymore? The Vatican defrocked them?
Taking away his frock.
We got an extreme toik in trouble, and I'm seeing a trend here. I see what's going on. I see what they're doing. I don't like it.
Okay.
The Starbucks race thing. We got an ISIS story to start with real quick. This really disturbing story. They released a new online threat to American military personnel.
This is worrisome.
This is very worrisome. It's from ISIS members and sympathizers. They're asking sympathizers in the United States to kill 100 service members. They've released their names, photos, addresses, and posted on the website.
Because somebody's going to go after a few.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they will, which is unbelievable. They said, officials said the list appears to be drawn from personnel who have appeared in news articles and airstrikes. So what that means is they don't think that someone's cracked some military computer to find these people.
Mm-hmm.
They've specifically gone, oh, this guy was on CBS talking about the war, and being
this
a part
guy
of the
got
military
honored in some way.
Exactly. Yeah. There was some guy with
Get
Obama.
out here, fools. Get out.
Some guy with Obama.
Uh-huh.
Getting, like you said, getting honored for something, and him, and then, but like anybody can do, you can go on the net, you dig around a little bit, you can find out where these people live and where they are. This list included armed service personnel and others in the U.S. or elsewhere who have had nothing to do with the bombing campaigns. That's scary. And I don't know if they mean media members or what, but the list includes B-52 crew members stationed in Louisiana and North Dakota, but the air campaign is not using those bombers. Several women are included on the list, but their faces in the photos were blurred. One of the photos appears to be, I guess it was a chick meeting Obama. So yeah, how scary is that shit?
Hopefully if they go after us, it'll just be our PO box, because that's the main thing that's listed, right?
That's right. I hate the idea of sacrificial lambs, but
right, we've got one here.
I mean,
if need be.
Yeah. I'm not saying we go there right away, but
E points at Kadog. No, E.
No,
you.
Well, Kadog serves a very important purpose here.
I know.
You 6th grade academy shirt wearing fuckface. What is that?
It's just a shirt I got at the Salvation Army when I was living in Holland. See, the thing is, my thought process is like, I'll never wear a Milford, Michigan one. You got to wear I can wear this now because this
very
is
normcore. I know the normcore rules. I'm learning them as we go here.
Yeah.
It's very clear what you're doing. Very intentional.
I had a girl
wearing
ask
your
me,
stupid Michigan basketball tearaway pants, along with a Plainwell middle school 6th grade academy 2012 to 2013 blue shirt.
I had a girl ask me on the bar on Saturday why I was wearing this, and I said, "Why not?" was my response.
You were wearing that at the bar Saturday night?
Yeah, this is what I wore out Saturday night. Actually, I haven't taken it off since Saturday. Slept in it and wore it all day.
You do look disheveled, particularly. The hair, look at the hair.
Yeah.
Although he shaved.
Sort of.
Used his ball razor on his kind of the side of his face.
But if you notice, he left like a patch of hair here on his neck. There's a patch of hair on his chin, on his cheek.
Just to prove to those unsure, he is in fact a retard.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Hey, Detroit Cast listeners, it's time to stroll on down to Zott Ford and Holly. Not only will you meet with the hottest sales staff in Oakland County, but you can also take advantage of their spring cleaning sale. Zott Ford needs to broom the rest of its 2014 inventory, and it has to go now. They are staked deep, so they got to sell them cheap. Detroit Cast listeners get 0% financing up to 72 months or rebates and savings that total almost $10,000 on certain 2014 models. Hurry in and see our friends now. Zott Ford is at I-75 and exit 98. Get there.
Dude, it's funny, on Saturday I had to drive somebody home and I got in a big political talk. It was like 25 minutes and we were talking about politics.
What are you, a Starbucks barista?
See, there you go. No, yeah.
Wait, what was the extent of your political talks?
big political talk?
I was just, I don't know if I want to get into it too much, but.
Oh, no, please. Please feel free. Get into it.
I think it was just.
I think Obama sucks and stuff.
It was.
No way. I disagree.
No, we were talking. You know how it started? I drive the car is a transport that we drive the shuttle van.
Uh-huh.
He asked me what it was, and then somehow that got into Europe. Ford isn't going to make the big trucks anymore. They're big old trucks. We realized they're going to make the box ones so that way they can just sell them
environmental footprint.
Well, yeah, but that way they can just it's not that. So they can just sell them. Freaking, so they don't have to have two models, one for Europe,
different markets.
Yeah, they just make the one.
You mean the transit van?
Yeah.
Okay.
He called it a transport. But
or whatever.
Yeah.
he's the one who drives it, so I don't know.
Well,
It's nice that you corrected it.
Yeah.
Like, never been in one.
And then
Probably
Oh,
only
my-
followed 2 of
my
them.
dad was an engineer on the transit.
Oh, that's right.
So he used to
Very
answer the
early
phone,
on.
Bob Walters, transit. Bob Walters.
well, I don't know. Somehow that led
He
into
didn't answer it. Transport, Bob Walters.
No, he didn't.
Well, anyway, somehow that led into us, talking about like my thoughts on
Obamacare. Did you break down the nuances in Obamacare?
Food stamps.
nuances.
My thoughts on food stamps and Obamacare.
Did this particular individual agree with you most?
we actually
mostly, or-
we actually both were very our political views lined up, so it worked out all right, I guess.
Good, you didn't piss off as that customer.
I know.
I'm glad.
I told him a few times. I know I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but
No, you shouldn't.
but the guy.
He's remember the instruction he received at Ruby Tuesdays as a host. Don't get into political discussions.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
And he
Well,
does
No
a big-
abortion talk.
Yeah, he does a big joke on that. At his
yes,
stand-up.
I do. Thank you.
Yeah.
They listened and
That's
everything.
right.
But
Yeah.
It's a
I
good
don't-
joke too.
no, we talked. I don't know. He was in agreement, so we were fine. We both agreed with. Actually, to the extent that when I got him at his house, we ended up sitting there for about 5 extra minutes, and then he's like, "Oh, I should probably let you get going." I'm like, "I don't really care." I'll sit here and keep
I
talking.
got nothing else to do.
I'm getting paid no matter how long I sit here.
That's
I'm
exactly
either
what I
talking to some asshole or driving around and shit.
That's what I didn't say that part, but I did say I'm getting paid while I sit here or not. So it's-
I get
Doesn't matter
paid
to me.
Talk to an asshole, whether it's right here on your porch or back at the office.
that's kinda what I said. And then I had to pick him up later that day, and then we continued to talk on the way back to the place.
Wow.
I think this guy probably thought I was smart. I think I held my
I think this guy-
that's a stretch.
I think this guy was number 6.
own. What?
The 6th guy to hit on E.
No,
The
no.
6th guy to
Oh,
Proposition
E.
E.
No, no.
E.
Oh,
He had
yeah.
a wife and kids.
By the
No,
way,
no.
we covered 3 of those. We should probably cover number 4 today.
You know, also on Saturday, I came up with what I decided was a new pickup line
For guys,
for girls. And the deal was,
But it would
when
work on guys,
I
too.
would walk up to the girl and say, "Hey, how's it going?" or something, engage her. She would say something. I'm like, and I would just say, "The ball's in your court," and I would just walk away. And I hope that she would come back to me.
The balls in your court.
that's a good. No, that's good. That's good. That's gonna work well.
It was fun.
Did anyone come back? No,
It
it's
did-
weird.
Well, you know what? It worked for my other friend. It didn't work for me though. My other friend actually, it did work for her. She ended up liking it, and she did talk for a while.
So
I don't
you
know.
stole this one from your friend. Nicey.
No, I didn't steal anything.
You need to come up
I
with your own
created-
awesome line
I
as good as
created
balls
the
in your
goddamn.
court.
I created the line. Well, not the line "balls in your court," but I created it that night.
So
Yeah,
what did you create if you didn't create the line?
The-
Well,
your
just-
friend used it to
You
success.
you created walking up to a girl and walking away. Good. It's a good start.
Well, I know the term "balls in your court" is not created by me, but I thought it was unique to what I was
You
doing.
created a way to put that into play with a woman and have
Right.
it result in utter failure. Well done, E. Well done, sir.
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
We'll see how it works. What the success rate worked for someone else, but that has absolutely that represents you in no way. So we need some data on how the balls in your
I
court
didn't
works for
fare.
you.
I didn't fare too well last night with the ladies, but whatever.
I'm shocked to hear that.
I hit on several girls too.
How many chicks do you think you made a move on last night?
6 or 7 at least.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
well, what-
overt moves.
Yeah. Well, the thing is
What was your
happened-
go-to line to him? I know, obviously, balls in your court is
I
out.
usually
Your
just
buddy used that
stupid-
same bar.
Usually just stupid. I don't even know. Nothing really special. Oh, like I told this one girl that you ever watched The Price is Right? I did tell you about this before.
No.
No.
I ever watched The Price is Right, and they're like, well, everyone's seen The Price is Right. I mean,
Sure,
some
yeah,
capacity. I'm like, yeah, I was on it once, and they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, I lost.
It's good.
Instead of like a story about how I got up to played Plinko or I spun the wheel,
yeah.
I just lost.
No, that's good. I like the
And
way
then-
that's going.
And then
That's
I
gonna work
awkwardly
well
just
for
sit
you.
there staring, hoping.
Awkward. Yeah, chicks love awkward, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're meeting them at a bar, nothing they love more than awkward.
Well,
And
I
you're
will-
the epitome of awkward.
I know. I was actually wearing this shirt combo situation with my shop pants from Zot that day. I hadn't even changed from Zot.
Nice.
Do you have like Syntas gear?
Yeah,
Like,
Zot
Okay.
shop pants. And then,
Some of those are cool, man. Some of those shop.
yeah, I don't think I wear them around, whatever. But like, I do have a what happens is I I wasn't drunk, but I definitely had a few beers. And what happens is when it gets there becomes me and Ty of course was out there with me, TCG, of course. And we get to reach to a point in the night where it's quote unquote go time. And that's when it just means you just
Ian, Ty, Chung, Gross have go time.
Yeah, they meet at the bar for one last round. All right, it's go time, E. Go get them, TCG.
Which one of them slams their beer, their last sip in the beer is like, it's go time.
And then they turn around and just clear the bar.
Go time.
Chicks just scatter.
Yeah, go time just means you gotta watch. You just talk to every girl, just whatever at this point. Just
what are you two knuckleheads doing all night when real guys are like dealing girls all night? You two are jacking each other off at the bar, waiting till closing time and just hoping you can sweep some scraps out the door. What's the matter with
the
you?
sweeperoo? Dude, has go time ever worked in any capacity? Honestly. Has that ever worked, E?
Of
Get
course
your head
not.
up by the microphone. Get it out. Oh, son of a bitch.
He had about 2 feet
Dude,
of drool coming off his mouth.
He's got it on it.
He just did a sweeperoo with his own drool.
I'm sorry.
This is how you end up making phone calls to hookers at 3 a.m. from a hotel room, Jay, because you tried the it's go time at 1:50 in the morning.
Well, no, go time is usually like 1:15.
Oh yeah, because the bar tries flipping the lights on and off at 1:30, acting like it's closing time.
No,
because they want to get the likes of you and TCG out of their establishment.
Just answer that. Has go time ever worked?
One time for me in Cleveland. I thought I brought this up here
Cleveland.
but one time,
Cleveland story.
One time in Cleveland, I was at this bar. There was a dance club with a DJ like on the thing, and they had like an upper like balcony, I suppose, or whatever. And I was pretty hammered. I don't even actually remember saying it to Ty, but I just said it's go time. And I marched down these stairs and walked up to some chick and made an inappropriate joke. And the next thing I knew, we were making out, I guess. I got her number too, and we were almost hung out again. But the problem is she lived in Cleveland, so that was tough. But
that is a problem.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. It's go time.
Until you stop thinking of girls as absolutely nothing more than a dick spot, a dick holder for 5 minutes. This is never, go time is never going to work the way you want. Do you think a girl, even in her stupor of a state, doesn't know that wow, this guy who's been here jacking his buddy off at the rail all night at 1:30 is coming over to me trying to hook something up. Do you think that she thinks you're anything more than a receptacle at that point? Like, she's meant to just be a receptacle for you.
Well, I'm hoping that she's in the same state, I guess. That maybe that she just...
That would work on guys. That will work on other guys. You could do that to a guy and just be like, well, whatever, boys will be boys.
I mean, we talk to girls throughout the night, too. It's not completely just sitting there drinking beers by ourselves until 1.5 hour period. Like there is attempts, especially where we are. Well, we were at the place that you guys didn't get to see the whole place, but we were at the place that we went to that drunk night, except you could go downstairs this time. It wasn't just a one. So we kind of would move between up and down talking to different people or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But you always end up back there with TCG at 1:30.
Well, no, usually
and it's go time.
Well, yeah. And then what really ends up happening is we end up walking around Ann Arbor at fucking until 3, just being stupid.
That sounds awful.
It does sound awful.
There was a time when that sounded
that.
awesome, but God, that sounds awful now.
Yeah, I didn't get home till 4:30.
We want regular updates on go time.
Trust me, there'll be a go time in Vegas when I'm at the podcast.
Hey, yeah, speaking of that, voting's still open for another couple days, right?
Till
the 24th.
24th.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, don't forget.
Podcast Awards. Don't forget about us. Podcastawards.com.
People's Choice and Comedy.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, congratulations to your Smarties.
Yeah, dude.
How about
cool.
that, huh? Sweet 16.
That was cool. And you know what? At the beginning of the season, I looked at this team and what they lost from last year. And I said, if they could make the Sweet 16, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But it's funny now that you look at it, you go,
always
holy
get there,
shit,
right?
man.
Yeah.
They could be in the Final Four, you know?
Mhm.
Wow.
A lot of people that think that bracket.
Yeah, things have kind of worked out as well as they could.
Weren't they in a really tough bracket last year? Was it last year?
Michigan, I think you're thinking had that.
Maybe,
remember, because
maybe
Michigan
was
Michigan had a kind of known. I think in the end, one of those teams lost. But at one point, Michigan, I think, had a bracket last year.
I don't remember year to year, honestly.
Yeah,
I thought there was one that maybe it was Michigan. I thought it was Michigan State for some reason. Where it was like, wow, they really got screwed with a really tough division. I can't remember what it was, but people are saying the opposite.
I think they were like, all right, you're a number 1 seed, but you get the hardest.
Yeah,
the hardest region.
That
if I recall.
This sport is so weird to me.
So much of it is based on emotion, and momentum.
Yeah,
that it's like nothing else.
It's totally like nothing else.
You can look at it. Well, you know what it is like. I'll say this is a hockey series. You can look at a hockey series the way it's going. Like, wow, Eye of the Tiger wins every time.
Yeah,
really, like the less talented team. But if they are buzzing, you can just feel it.
Yeah,
but it's like this too. And these games, when they're close, they really do turn. Get close. They turn on just a small handful of possessions. It's back and forth within 2, 3, 5 points, 7 points. Guy gets a 3, you're back to 4 points. And then there's just this period where one team executes, the other team doesn't, and the game's over.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sudden, like, oh my God, it was in the balance and now it's over. So
but March is weird when especially when you get to this tournament where you can have those, like, we've seen teams do exactly what you said, and Michigan State really held control for 40 minutes.
I didn't expect them to, man. They went
nobody
up and
did.
And then they held like that 5,
money
7 points
early in 3 minutes, put up like 12 points or something. I mean, he was dominant early. But yeah, you see teams get up by 13, and then all of a sudden the team goes on a 20-3 run, and you're like, holy shit, what happened? Yeah. There was 7 minutes left in this game. How did they blow that?
It is a game of runs and emotion. It's crazy.
You know what else is weird about March Madness and what it's special in its own weird way? Like when you think of pro football and team gets to the champion, unless you win the Super Bowl, nobody gives a fuck what you did. Nobody cares that you went to the championship. Nobody cares you made the playoffs. Like you win or nobody cares.
Yeah.
Who won the Super Bowl 4 years ago? You could say, but who would they play? It's like, fuck.
Right.
The other team.
Right.
I don't know. Who cares? Unless you're really, really into that stuff, people you just forget about the loser and they're gone. Unless
but the Final Four means something.
Dude, the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Like making it into the Sweet 16 is a big deal. It's a bigger deal than the Elite 8. It's the weirdest thing.
You're right.
The Sweet 16 is like cooler than the Elite 8, and the Final Four is bigger than the championship.
It's because it ends the weekend.
Well,
I have the whole week then to say, here's the Sweet 16. The 8 is only
name.
The 8 is only it's only there for a day or for a set of days.
Yeah, maybe.
You have the Final Four by the end of the next weekend.
Yeah.
It's because it's mid weekend that 8 becomes 4.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, it's always seemed weird to me though, that whole like getting to the Sweet 16, like you wouldn't care. That's like the first round of the playoffs.
But these are
in football.
But they're not all on equal footing. So you take like a Dayton, who's from a much lesser conference than a Duke, obviously.
Yeah. And
you're like, wow, we made it to the Sweet 16. We're in with that same pool. They obviously didn't, but I'm just using Dayton as an example. Had they beat Oklahoma, wow, we're in there, and we're for this week, we're on equal footing with Duke.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin and the big guys, Kentucky. Yeah. So it's like this exciting thing that a lesser conference can rise up and be there. But with NFL, it's all, we're at the same league.
Yeah, there's so
That's
much
what
parity.
makes it special, I think.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's the only sport, unless you're like a junkie of that sport. Like there are people that love football. I'm one of them. That you can, if there's no other game on, you can watch any game and it be exciting. But
for sure,
the March Madness round 1 doesn't matter when there's 64 teams in it. You can watch any game and get something out of it.
Yeah,
I mean it's really unique. I mean they've got almost the perfect.
You know what it is too? I think is
the
length.
Cool.
The length of game matters. It certainly matters to me. Like I don't have time to sit there and watch a 3.5 hour football game. I'll blow through and tape it and just highlight and play that part. But this, you can sit there for 2 hours and you can watch a game.
Yep.
And then you get the tail end of the next game, and it's just the whole freaking thing is perfect.
Yeah, it very really cool. Is. And the money they're making, holy shit. This is going to blow up at some point with these kids needing to be paid or something. There's just too much rumblings about how fucked these kids are getting.
Yeah.
Whether it's football, and it's weird because college baseball doesn't mean anything, volleyball doesn't mean anything, lacrosse doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something, but it doesn't draw.
Yeah, football, basketball is running the whole thing.
That's running the whole goddamn thing. And these kids, it's just weird, that they're not compensated. I know it's a dumb argument. We could, everybody's had it, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know how much longer they can hang on to that, making billions of dollars a year with these TV deals. And this, I mean,
well, a
look
team
at the
like Kentucky
event that March
shows
Madness is.
It's becoming a complete joke in terms of this student athlete. It already is. It's becoming it already is. But you look at Kentucky, they're all one and dones. How many guys are they going to go to the league next year? And prior year, it's just I don't want to see that model work this year. I want somebody to knock them off, man.
Yeah, me too. Who was it? Was it North Carolina that was doing the paper classes?
Yeah.
That for
where
years
does
and
that
years
stand?
and years.
That blew up like 6 months ago, and then I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't know, but
I think that went into the Astronom file, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Check the couch.
But does anybody give a shit? Really? Does anybody care? Like, it doesn't fool us. It's like, do you care if a kid has a 1 point grade point average or a 3 point, or if he's an academic scholar?
Yeah, I do, because I think for the most part, my school does it right. And I know, I knew that laugh was coming.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. That's adorable that you think that.
No, I'm not saying they make. I don't think they make.
If you don't think Izzo is different, you honestly, you're gonna laugh like that at Izzo's program.
I know a friend.
I'm not laughing at Izzo's program. I'm laughing at college athletics and on the whole.
And you don't think some are worse than others? Is that what you're suggesting?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. I think my school is definitely on the side of the spectrum that for the most part does it right. So I want to see the ones who are on the other side, probably Kentucky, probably UNC.
Well, they're just the ones that come out on the forefront of like one and done. They're happy with that. Whatever. Give me one great year with a brilliant player and then move them on. They don't give a shit. Which is almost embracing the joke that it all is, in a sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I don't want to see that model work.
Yeah. I don't know. It might. They're still alive, but yeah, we'll see.
It probably will.
Yeah.
That's what sucks.
Anyway, congratulations to Sparty. That's very cool. What does this make for them? 16, Sweet 16. How many years in a row?
Who cares? I don't care about 16s.
I know, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, it put Gonzaga on the map. Teams like that are continuously
the coolest
able to go
streak
that
ever.
far.
The coolest streak ever ended last year. It was when Izzo could say that every 4-year player makes it to a Final Four.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that really good team with Payne and Appling and Harris didn't beat UConn last year to get that done. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you know what the Spartans have to do is stop just getting to Final Fours and actually freaking winning championships.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see this team as having any legit shot at winning a championship. At best, Final Four, I think. And that's only because of the way the region is played out.
Yeah.
But
you can't. I mean, they free throws in a weird way bailed them out tonight. But dude, that's
going to be the end of them.
That's the Achilles heel.
You're going to have one of those games where they're 2 for 11 and they lose by 3 points. You go, huh?
Yeah.
Would have been nice to have made 3 more free throws.
And when you see championship teams down the wire that you put them on the stripe and they just bury them all fucking night. They go 20 of 22 and you're just like, how do you shut that down? But yeah.
Missing front ends of 1-on-1s.
Oh,
fucking kill you.
Yep. And the turnovers. Yeah. Either way, they got it done against a highly respected number 2.
Good work.
Yep. Congrats to them. E mentioned Starbucks and the baristas. They did make an announcement over the weekend that they will no longer write "Race Together."
Oh,
yeah, we talked about this last week, and the folly that we thought would probably ensue.
Wasn't it supposed to start today?
Yeah. So I don't know what they mean by no longer. Did they start early? Or is it just because my guess is it's because there was so much backlash from everybody thought this was a lousy idea.
Well, I did tell you guys off the air that I know this wasn't part of them starting, but I was at a Starbucks on Saturday and they had plenty of if it was just the USA Today thing that you mentioned, but plenty of these little pamphlets.
Really ready to go?
Telling you what it was going to be. And and it was they were ready at Milford anyway to discuss relations.
I think they're an insert in USA Today.
Okay.
And they were also going to have those inserts in all the Starbucks.
Okay. Well, they were there on Saturday.
Have you ever really looked at the Starbucks logo?
What is it? It's a chick.
Is that a mermaid with like two tails?
Yeah, it is a 2-tailed mermaid. Seriously? Yeah, absolutely.
Good dog. Why, yes, that's the two-tailed
It
mermaid.
just so happens that I know from researching this that the original logo was actually zoomed farther out, and you could clearly see both tails.
Really?
But
A split-tail
yeah,
mermaid.
through time it zoomed in more. I'll see if I can find the old logo.
I
for
thought that was a chick doing a Vulcan. Like it looks like
Going,
two arms.
"Oh."
Going, what up?
I've never even come close to looking at what it
Me
really
either
is.
until right now. She's got
Yeah.
some nice cans, though. I got to say,
Yeah,
she's got some
If you weren't
childbearing
looking
hips.
at that, and before we talked about this, if you said draw the Starbucks logo, you would have drawn like sort of a woman
circle.
inside.
I
right?
would have drawn a circle with green.
Yeah,
I would have been
blob. I
like
wouldn't
some
have-
kind of hair in there. Okay, there we go. The two-tailed. Look at them. The titties showing and everything.
Wow.
Starbucks coffee tea spices. That's the original, huh?
Wow.
Kind of a frumpy looking chick.
She still is, too.
Yeah.
She's still frumpy looking.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Anyway,
the tits and everything. You're
Go
right,
on.
Jay.
Yeah. So anyway, they are no longer going to write "race together" on the cups, ending as planned the visible component of the company's diversity and racial inequality campaign. This, according to a company-wide memo.
oh, they put way too much faith in their baristas, didn't they?
They
Way
sure
too
did.
much.
Their initiative will continue more broadly without the handwritten messages.
Oh, it will it?
The cups were always just the catalyst. They're just shaking us off like, nah, that really wasn't all that important.
So more broadly, just in print ads and commercials and shit, they're saying
I
like
guessed.
there'll be statements by corporate.
About how they're into race
Yeah,
relations.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
even
like
though,
all races
what, like 98% of their fucking businesses and
employees probably.
are in well-to-do 1% neighborhoods. There's jack shit in the inner cities. Who are they talking? It's just a bunch of white people jacking each other off. How much they get it, man.
Yeah, spending $8 for
Yeah.
a latte, whatever.
You're really reaching the lower class people that you're trying to
I know, like
diversify with, right? Sure you are, Starbucks. They were just the catalyst for the conversation, and Starbucks will still hold forum discussions, co-produce special sections in USA Today, and put more stores. Oh, they are going to add more stores in minority communities as part of the Race Together initiative.
You know,
Why didn't they put them there before?
right?
Because they didn't think they'd sell anything. That's why. It's at the end of the day, they're still just a company trying to make $1.
Right. As if they're gonna
Of
throw.
really bitter, gross coffee.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know about. I don't
No,
know.
they've got some good stuff.
Well, I only have the frappuccinos. But,
Caramel macchiato is a hell of a drink. I'll give them that.
but you're right. They're like as if they're not putting them down. Like if they thought they'd sell, they'd put them there.
Do
That's where
they
put
have a
stores. It's
very
business.
diverse workforce? Even it seems like
No.
the 3 or 4 I've been in, all white chicks.
Yeah.
And then that one gay guy, you know, but
Yeah.
he's white too.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
Kind of.
It's funny you mentioned that because the ad they put out originally for Race Together showed like their baristas handing out cups of coffee with the Race Together thing that they'd handwritten on the cup, and they showed 3 hands coming together handing out coffees, and they were all white hands. And so people were like, nice diversity, fuck faces. You don't even have a black arm in there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and usually in those ads, you always have like the Asian arm,
Yeah.
the African American arm, and then the
Transgender arm. Then maybe off to the side, you'll get half
The
a white
ginger.
finger. You'll get the light one with the freckles on
yeah,
it.
yeah. If it is a whitey, it's a ginger.
Yeah. It's been criticized, this campaign, as opportunistic and inappropriate. Others question whether Starbucks workers could spark productive conversations
Yeah.
about race.
I think that's the question right there.
That's the problem we all have with it, as if baristas somehow means you're an expert on race relations. The odds of you offending someone more so than helping some situation are got to be 1,000-fold, right?
I completely agree. Bad idea, Starbucks.
They, according to them, the phase out is not a reaction to the pushback. Really? Really?
What is
Well,
it
then why,
then?
right.
Why would you announce this big thing, including your Race Together written on cups, and then the pushback was what it was, and now
Yeah.
we're removing that? Why?
Just decided not to.
All of a sudden, it sounded like we wanted to go a different way.
Psych.
4 days later, we changed our mind. We're entitled to do that. This is America, free country. We still want to race together, though. Nothing is changing. It's all part of the cadence of the timeline we originally planned. We're leaning into it hard.
Wait, what?
Cadence,
Wait a
the
minute.
cadence
What?
of the timeline.
Nothing's
Listen
changed.
how carefully crafted that is.
Yes,
The
lawyer
cadence
speak.
of the timeline. What?
Nothing is changing. It's all part of the cadence of the timeline we originally planned.
Shut
It
up,
is?
Starbucks.
The note acknowledged the naysayers and skeptics as anticipated, as an anticipated part of the outreach. While there has been some criticism of the initiative And I know this hasn't been easy for any of you. Let me assure you that we didn't expect universal praise. They said the campaign at its core aims to make sure that the promise of the American dream should be available to every person in this country, not just a select few. See, the American dream is available to everybody in this country. That's the point of the American dream. Nobody's excluded from the American dream. It's not, I mean, whether or not you attain it, it's
Easy
not your
for
right.
you to say, white guy.
Maybe so, but the American dream is not off hands to certain people.
Easy for you to say, white guy.
Well, I haven't attained the American dream, Jay.
You're on your way, Mike.
Well, through work. I mean, it's not something
through the help of
nobody's
3 other white guys.
right.
Hey, don't get me in this.
Keep my white ass out of this.
2 white guys and a gay white guy.
Talking about K-Dog's gay?
You know what I mean,
No,
though, Jay. You know what I mean. It's not like some
Yeah,
guy
totally.
is excluded from trying to pursue the American dream. All we can do is pursue the American dream. There's no guarantee of any of us achieving the American dream. That's kind of the point of the American dream. There was a day.
Yeah, it's not an American guarantee.
No,
It's a dream.
exactly. Hence the dream part. Something to reach for. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars, Jay. But there was a day in this country, and I wish it was longer ago than it was, when the American dream was not an option for everybody. But those days are truly gone. People can do anything they want, and they can achieve anything they want. Doesn't mean it comes easy. Doesn't mean everybody's going to get there. But I feel like that's kind of a bullshit. The promise of the American dream should be available to every person in this country, not just a select few. Okay.
Yeah, stop perpetuating that. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. God. More toiks in trouble. I'm seeing a trend here. I don't know.
some sort of misunderstanding nationwide.
There's really yeah.
It's an epidemic.
It is. It's not fair. We got a Virginia math teacher facing 22 years in prison.
Oh,
For
man.
what? For what? Murder?
I don't know. Yeah, apparently she murdered someone. I mean, because obviously they're going to give her time served, and they're going to help her out on the back end for sleeping with 4 students. But
Now, just for a little context, remember that the guy who killed that soccer referee just got 8 years.
yeah,
So read on.
That's a
Yeah.
good point, dude.
22 years for having sex with 4 of her students. Erica Mesa pled guilty on Friday to 2 counts of electronic solicitation of a minor, 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. She pled guilty to charges involving 2 students, but admitted having sex with 2 others, aged 16 and 18.
Hey,
Dreammaker. In exchange for her guilty pleas, prosecutors dropped 4 charges and reduced a couple others.
this is reduced.
Yeah. Well, they haven't sentenced her yet.
Okay.
Um,
Well.
he just looked at a picture.
Dude,
a picture.
keep in mind, you're 15,
I know. Oh,
16.
trust me, I
you
get
know what I
it.
mean? Like, I
Yeah.
know. Beggars can't,
This isn't the hottest of the toys we've seen.
No, she's
not
not
by
gonna,
any
going on
means.
with
she's
those
not going to
eyebrows.
win any award at the end of the year, probably.
She's actually from our area, I believe, though. Went to school at Concordia, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
College, right?
Yeah.
In exchange for, I said that. May 21st, officials at the high school were tipped off by an anonymous rat informing them that the geometry.
Anonymous
Some
rat.
bitch. It's gonna be
son
some
of a bitch.
It's gonna be some bitch, right? It's gonna be some chick. Just like
Some fun governor stepped in and blew this whole thing up. This teacher, I guarantee her math class was the first sold out one of the semester. Everybody wanted Miss
Perfect
Mason's.
attendance.
Yeah, perfect attendance. Nobody skipped a day. Students came in sick as shit. They studied.
Right.
They worked hard. Officials were tipped off by this anonymous rat, informing them that the geometry and statistics teacher had allegedly had sex with a male student. An investigation revealed that one of the students was 16. He started banging her in 2013.
started banging her. I don't know why that hit me.
They also found out she was sending a bunch of nude pictures to him
Awesome.
using her cell phone. Most of the trysts allegedly happened at her home while her husband wasn't around.
Of
Always
course.
married.
Yeah,
Always
yeah,
married.
yeah.
One happened in her SUV. She admitted to having sex with one teen while another was in her basement waiting his turn.
Ah!
This is the greatest teacher ever.
Can you imagine sitting in that basement? And, just getting ready. Like, yep.
Jay's just shaking his head.
I'm on deck.
I gotta say, man, if you're in that situation and just for context, Jay's downstairs banging Mrs. Mesa, and I'm next in line, I'm waiting upstairs, I might just come down and join the party. What's she gonna do? I mean,
Right.
talk about the ball's in your court. Like, you can do anything you want at that point.
You're right. You're
the
right.
ball is always in your own court. You've got
Make a threesome.
You've got her entire world in your hands.
It's true.
Be like, you know what? I'm thinking.
Grab your phone and start filming, whatever. In portrait, landscape, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I would hope portrait,
Would hope.
but
Would
I
hope
know what you mean.
landscape.
landscape. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I keep fucking that
I
up.
don't know, dude.
So as well as losing her job, her marriage has also dissolved.
Well, that's
as a result
understandable.
of her
She cheated
actions.
on him. You know that I get.
Is that a deal breaker?
Ugh, that's pretty gross.
You-
Pretty gross.
We've put Gab in the closet. We've removed her legs, arms. We filled her vagine with cement. She's hanging there for bed. You're still in till death do us part.
Dude, she's cheating on me with 4 high school guys? No.
I'm just trying to find out where that bright line is.
Well,
I've
yeah,
been trying to establish that since you got here.
Well, that's cheating. I mean, cheating. That again. I understand in the
So
story.
that's the
that's-
deal breaker.
I
Okay.
get why they
All
got
right.
divorced. That I understand. I don't understand the judgment, the law part though.
She's doing what she's
what did
got to
she
do.
do?
What is the?
Did she kill 3 soccer referees? What did she do? 22 years. It's incredible.
Her husband of 2 years, Keith, also works at the school as a social studies teacher and head volleyball coach.
Oh, nice.
gosh.
Just rubbing salt in it.
Oh, dude,
He
that's such
knows
a bummer.
all these guys, I'm sure.
Think about the rumors that would be going around the school about Miss Mesa.
He's got to move. You're right. You got to get a job somewhere
That's
else, right? You're
brutal.
not gonna.
That is so brutal. Oh, that's brutal.
And you know, actually, the thing is,
They'd actually coached volleyball together.
oh my god. Here's the problem though.
Ugh.
Nowadays with the internet, obviously how it is. I say you got to leave that job, but anywhere he goes, dude, people are they'll find out who the name is, and it's like, oh, that's the guy whose wife cheated on him with 4 high school guys.
Why is that so humiliating? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
No, I know, but he didn't do anything wrong. He's an innocent victim in this too.
Yeah, but isn't the
But
assumption,
as-
Jay, that the
as
sexual
guys-
prowess isn't? Oh, you couldn't satisfy her. It wasn't
Exactly. I mean, your woman went looking for high school dong over and over and over.
and over.
Gross, man.
They got married, by the way, July 21st, 2012 in Michigan. Yeah.
Wasn't even.
Happy couple for
Yeah.
a month.
Defense attorney said Mesa is not a pedophile.
No.
Jay, she's not a
She's
pedophile.
not.
She was not preying on people and
No.
who had no interest in participating. That's a true
Agreed.
statement.
Right.
That is a very true statement.
When you have a kid to the point where one's just waiting for it. Oh, what a victim! He's sitting there waiting. Just going,
He was locked in the basement.
Oh, was he?
She had him shackled.
Did she chain down
And
there?
And there's the difference. That's a subtle difference between men and women. There is no male teacher who could be banging a chick downstairs while another chick waited her turn to get banged by said
Not
teacher.
a single one.
Never.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that. Like this is what
How many guys
this
would
is
have
the
waited
difference
there?
between
10?
male. What?
How many guys would have waited? 10? I bet they would have. If she
They
was
would have
like,
waited 50 deep. You could have gotten the whole male school population. Some of them would have checked out, thought better of it. But for the most part, you could have gotten anyone between 13 and 18 to just casually make a line out the door and just they would have stayed the weekend. They would have camped out in front of Miss Mesa's house.
Probably right, man.
Now, here's where it gets interesting because remember the story we read the other day about the teacher that got hammered for this
Yeah.
chick?
Yeah, Ronk.
Ronk, right? What,
yeah,
what-
in Oakland County,
like
she got
15
6 years. 6 to
6 to
15.
15. We remembered that was Nancy Grant, right?
Right.
The judge. This is Judge Victoria Willis.
Uh-oh.
Are you seeing a trend, a
Of course,
pattern?
Yeah.
So as long as you get
Jealous.
the male judge, you get time served or a weekend.
Yeah.
You lose your job and all that shit. But as far as like hunkering down for years in prison, only Judge Victoria Willis is going to hand down that. And Nancy Grant is going to hand down a sentence like that.
So has she been convicted? She's just awaiting sentencing, or she's charged with this?
Well, she said she's facing a maximum of 22 years.
They haven't tried her yet.
I thought they did. He asked the judge to release. Oh, they want her released on bond, and they were like, then Judge Willis was like, no. So she's
Go
still in
bang
jail.
some other
Is she a
15-year-old.
big threat to society? Flight risk?
So I don't know why this. Maybe I only printed half the story. I still don't know what exactly she did.
Yeah.
What this dream maker
All
did
looks good to
wrong.
me.
I don't know. To the Astronome file, I suppose. We'll have
don't
to
even know
we'll
what
have to
I'm supposed
update you and see what felonies she committed that's got her facing
Well, that's what
22
I'm-
years.
That's what I'm saying. What am I even supposed to look into? I don't understand. Like,
She must have killed another baby or something on
Yeah,
the side.
What do you even Google with that? What do you even punch in?
Where do I start?
and
He's
then
clicking. He clicked.
Are you clickety?
I was just brought to clicking.
You were brought to clicking. And then we got the defrocked priest.
Yeah, tell me about him.
What is a frock, by the way? What is a frocked priest?
Well,
What
is-
happens
is
to
there-
a perfectly good frocked priest?
They're taking away his priesthood.
Yeah, right.
Oh, is that what frocking
like-
means?
like your
Yeah.
flock?
Frocking assholes. Why would they do that to him? Sons
Well-
of bitches. Federal immigration authorities have arrested a former North California priest and are prepping to deport him to Mexico. He's off. He's getting shit canned out of the country after he admitted to having sex with a 16-year-old altar girl.
Whoa.
I didn't know they
name,
made
please.
those.
Name, please.
On him or
Yeah,
her?
Him.
Hector Gonzalez.
Oh, I wanted to roll the R.
Hector Correa Gonzalez. That's
E,
his full
go.
name.
Oh my God.
Hector Correa Gonzalez.
Korea.
What is it? Hector
Correa.
You got this.
Yeah.
Caloria?
Yeah.
Well
that
done,
was
son.
Good. Good job. He's 48. He was arrested at his home in Davis, California, just on Friday. He was previously arrested on May 9th on suspicion, 2014, on suspicion of engaging in sexual activity with the girl on several occasions, which took place in a car, at a home, and at the church rectory.
Dude looks like a baller. Look at him. He doesn't
Yeah.
look like a priest.
He was doing her in the rectory?
Oh.
Wow. She's a gamer, huh?
He is a gamer.
16, and she's already taken it in the rectory. Wow. Good for her.
I think the rectory is I think the rectory is a room.
It is. It's a
Oh.
tight room, but you know.
It is tight.
The following month, he pled guilty to statutory rape for engaging in sexual acts with the girl. She's known as ML. So I don't know. They won't, because she's underage. He was in the country legally, but that changed when the Catholic Church stripped him of his priesthood after his conviction. The sex acts between Gonzalez and the girl occurred between April of 2013 and May of 2014. After he pled guilty, the church officials said they would ask the Vatican to have him defrocked. Defrocked.
Mm,
Yeah.
Now
that
this
would
I
suck.
get.
Father Correa's behavior with the minor was a crime in the scene. He will now be held to account for his behavior, the church said.
By shipping him back to Mexico.
Yep.
The Mexican spokesperson for the church said.
During his sentencing, ML, by the way,
Mhm.
indicated she was not abused or manipulated by Gonzalez, and she did not want or need protection.
Hmm.
So he's barebacking it. Good for her. This girl's a gamer, man. I love this chick.
Well, if you're well, never mind.
He was reportedly sentenced to 3 months in jail and 3 years of probation.
Wait, what?
He got 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months for
16-year-old.
this.
Yeah. Look at my man. But he's got to go back to Mexico. That's kind of a death sentence
Yeah.
nowadays. He was quoted as saying,
Might as well
Los
be
chicos
life.
son chicos.
You know what that means?
No.
Say it again.
Los chicos son chicos.
Boys will be boys.
You look that up?
No,
No.
that's what he said. That's what he's quoted as saying.
No, he's not quoted as saying boys will be boys in
This is
Mexico.
my bad. Los chicos son chicos.
Although
What
I
you going
can't-
to do, man?
I can't argue with that logic, though.
Hey, as you've heard before, Zot Ford needs more pre-owned inventory. So now is the time to trade in that dumpy ass used car you're driving. Get yourself into a brand new shiny Ford. Zot Ford has one of the largest selections of new cars, trucks, and SUVs in the area, with over 400 new Fords to choose from. And here's the best news. Zot Ford will pay you 15% over Kelly Blue Book for your trade-in now through the end of the month. Check out their deals and massive inventory at zotford.com.
Very good. Hey, let's take a quick break and we'll give you a rundown on the arguments that every boyfriend should just let their girlfriend win.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely some.
You think so?
Yeah. Hill to die on. I mean, that's right. That's the whole thing.
We'll figure it out next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, Detroit Cast listeners. It's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zot Ford and Holly. We keep things simple, like 1, 2, 3. So for a limited time, you can 1, lease a 2014 Ford Focus for just $123 a month. 2, lease a 2015 Ford Fusion for just $123 a month. Or 3, lease a 2015 Ford Escape for just $123 a month. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Or should I say $123 per month when you lease a Focus, Fusion, or Escape from your friends at Zot Ford. Check out our massive inventory at zotford.com. SZOTT.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Monday with Mike and Jay. It's always funny what happens around here when we go into break.
Get out fights with the poos.
You always yell at the poos. I think you've
Poos is
actually.
always taking my shit, man.
She's just trying to be friends.
No, she's not.
Friends share,
Trying to
Jay.
fuck with my stuff.
I know you're important.
Yeah,
Documents.
constantly chewing up my stuff, trying
Yeah.
to get at my food. Poos, relax.
It's bad. Don't acknowledge her. She's laying down nicely right now. But we always yell at E for something. We always scroll through email and the message board and see what's going on. And I was going through Facebook real quick, and Tim Peterson, the guy that did the video game for us, who used to be a cop, he and Jay's autographing
Wow,
stickers.
really? Right now.
Make sure you
I'll
have room
take
for
that.
E to sign it.
Well, you can do the. Near
Don't
the
worry
bottom,
about
can
that.
you?
All right, ruin people's stickers. I don't care.
How do you want it to go? You want right here in the middle?
Yeah, sure. There you go.
This is as exciting as the mini disc.
Yeah. Are you able to multitask? I couldn't do this. I couldn't have a conversation.
I'm good.
and
Keep going.
Well, Jay's sat in like trials though, probably,
been
and
bored to
done-
tears. So anyway, Tim sent a message over, and he always sends stuff that, you know, this is where I usually see videos of like cops being shot at, or, you know, a lot of
Right.
those stories I get from cop friends that are like, yeah, look at this bullshit we got to deal with, you know. And
That's why
so,
his attitude is so skewed.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, and I do my own research and I look for other stories that go the other way. So yeah, it's just hard to find those ones.
Right. At least ones that are compelling.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, he sends one today of this guy, the Cyclops goat. And,
I'm calling big bullshit on this.
dude, go ahead and play this son of a bitch. Can you pull it up on the screen? Listen to that son of a bitch. He's got a tongue sticking way out of his mouth. He's got a sweet jawline. I mean, he really does have an amazing jawline. And he's got one giant eye in his forehead. And he's got
Which I think is computer generated, but
he's got a sweet pompadour hairdo too. Look at that. Look at that hairline on that son of a bitch.
you know, his mouth's just like
Well,
underbite.
I was willing to call bullshit on this as well. And we did a little research in the break. Listen to that adorable son of a bitch. There was another Cyclops goat born in Texas. And look at this son of a bitch. You got the picture there of him, K-Dog?
I'll be damned.
Look at that. He's got the tongue sticking out. He's got the Cyclops eye. This son of a bitch right here was featured on Ripley's, their 10th anniversary book,
Wow.
as a real
So
guy.
this happens.
It happens.
Something happened to it, man.
Yeah, he the goat, which had no name, was born in April 2012 with one eye in the middle of its forehead. A vet speculated it was because of a hormonal imbalance. The goat's twin brother was born with two normal eyes. Because of the disfiguration, the one-eyed goat was unable to eat and only lived for about 2 weeks. He couldn't eat because his mouth was kind of deformed. We fed him with an eyedropper for a good while, but I guess he had other complications too, and he didn't make it. Nature kind of does strange things sometimes. So yeah, that guy right there.
All right. I mean, it looks pretty similar to the white
We-
one that you're showing me.
Would it be the end of the world if we fed this thing for like with eyedroppers for its life? We could do
We'll
that.
take it on.
Yeah. I mean, we could get E on a program when he's here. He's got to feed the one-eyed
Just
goat.
take turns. Is
Yeah.
just like the midget.
that what we're calling it now? E's feeding the one-eyed goat.
Yeah.
He already does that 3 or 4 times a day.
How are we coming on that midget search, by the way? Any luck yet? How the
Nothing.
anything in the traps outside, Jay?
No.
God.
I just checked them on the break.
Wow.
Nothing.
It's too bad.
Couple squirrels.
Yeah.
No fidget though.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That'll keep them away. They don't get along with squirrels.
Yeah.
We've got a long history together, fidgets and squirrels. So
Had to replenish the cookie crisp. The bagel bites.
yeah, it's a full pizza. Arguments that every boyfriend should just let their girlfriend win.
Ah,
Have you been in these arguments, Jay?
Read some of them to me. And I mean, there's definitely some where you're like, not a hill to die on. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that chicks do do the same thing to guys. So,
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I got into an argument with Beth this morning, and she usually comes home from like 13 hours at the hospital. And sometimes she's happy, and sometimes she's so exhausted that she just,
Pissy.
Yeah, she doesn't want anything to do with me. And she comes in and says,
She'd take off her massively oversized bra.
You're such a dick. She came in and she just said,
"See, I'm doing her a service." She didn't know until now that she's wearing too.
it just sits at her hips. It just keeps falling and sliding down to her hips.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
there?
that must be
She
hugely
just thought
bothersome to
she
her.
thought bras were meant to be hip huggers.
Right.
She had no idea they served an up top
Right,
purpose.
right.
So
And
thank God Jay came by and exposed her A cups.
And it's fun. It's funny that this comes up with this story because Gab actually the other day she's like, "Yeah, I listened to that part where you're like ripping on Beth's bra
Titties.
size."
Yeah.
And she's like, "You shouldn't do that. You're probably making her feel really bad, like suggesting that's just rude."
Yeah, it is rude.
And I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. I mean,"
You're just a dumb guy. How the hell would you know?
she's like, "That's really stupid. That's just mean, to suggest that somebody's not the size they say they are. And it's just mean. It's stupid. Why are you doing that?"
Yeah, Jay.
And I kind of got to thinking, I'm like, I don't know.
Why
It
are
just
you doing
struck
it? I
me.
don't know. And when you're continuing it, by the way,
Yeah, here I
typical
am.
lawyer fashion.
Couldn't help myself.
Keep fighting the good fight, right, counselor?
Actually, I saw an opportunity for a joke and I took it.
Good boy, you're learning. Anyway, so she comes home and she says, "By the way, Steve says hi,"
Steve.
which was my reaction. I went, "Steve who?" And she goes, "Think." And I'm going, "Oh God, we're playing this game now."
Right.
Oh shit. Now I'm into an argument I didn't want to get into. And I'm like, "Steve Gabara?" She goes, "No, why would Steve Gabara say hi?" I'm like, "I don't know. I thought it was weird too, but who knows?" She goes, "Steve, what did I do yesterday?" And I'm like, "Worked?" She's like, "Before work." I'm like, I don't. She's like, "You don't listen to me. You don't listen to me at all." And I'm
It's a
like,
big test. You're like, just tell me.
"Yeah,
What do you,
Steve
who's
who?" I'm
Steve?
like, "Steve, her sister's husband's name is Steve." I'm like, "Steve, that Steve said hi." She goes, "Closer, but you're still an asshole and you don't listen to me." It turns out she went to a baby shower yesterday. I could fall asleep telling that's part of the story right now. Like, is it just me, or when the words baby shower come out of a girl's mouth, is it just like, oh God,
Yeah.
this doesn't involve me in the
Right.
least. I am not dedicating any mental space to retaining this bit of information. So the baby shower was for a friend of hers, Aaron, and Aaron's husband, Steve, apparently was there
Why
and
was he
said
there?
hello. I don't know. I think that's
They
a
show up at
trend
the
nowadays.
Do they?
They show
Yeah.
up at the end and say thank you for shit. But dude, I saw a headline today that guys are having baby showers.
What?
Yeah.
Stop it.
What?
Sounds like
Why?
a diaper grab to me.
Yeah, I was
You
going to
know?
say it's got to
you
be
know
a
what?
baby shower gift grab.
I did have a friend that they didn't have it was a guys thing, and we had a diaper party.
Yeah, I've
And-
heard of that.
And we showed up. And
Seriously?
I guess we
You guys
sat
were all
there-
wearing diapers?
No, you showed up, and honestly, it was no. It was more of a bonfire. Honestly, we just
A bomb fire?
whatever. We drink
Throw
beer
bombs on fire.
and we're playing like beer pong and stuff. But you brought a thing of diapers.
Yeah. Why
I
do you
guess-
look so wrecked all of a sudden?
I'm not.
Yeah, you do.
What did you do
look
at the
exhausted.
break? My
Did you
God,
go
he hit a
smoke down
wall.
at the break? Did you go get
No,
high at the
I'm
break?
He
not-
does. He looked like he just.
Yeah.
What?
Let's insist that he got high so he gets all fucking mad.
Yeah.
Don't
You went and got high, didn't you? You son
You
of a
did.
bitch.
You got stoned. I
whatever
smell
you
it
got-
in
Yeah,
here.
you're right. That's
Can you
what
smell
happened. Yep. Smoke.
Yeah.
It smells like
Smoke
meth in
down.
here.
You feel really tired right now, and
I'm actually not that bad.
no, you're just not into
No,
this.
you're feeling exhausted. I can tell. It's written all over your face.
Okay.
He's trying to resist.
So was I wrong? Was I being the asshole that I was told I was being by not retaining
No,
that bit of
dude,
knowledge that she
no.
went like
Of course not.
baby shower, immediately check out. Check out. It doesn't involve me, right?
Yeah, why would you remember that Steve is the husband? Even oh, Beth is going to be okay. Baby
Yeah.
shower.
Great. She's like, I told you 3 times. And I'm like, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, I have no recollection of that. I'm like, I don't see it anywhere in my text. She's like, I didn't text you, you asshole. I told you.
Well, okay.
like,
if you don't remember her saying I'm going to a baby shower, is that what you're claiming?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Really? Don't you dare
Yeah,
side with her
because-
on this one.
No, you should remember that
Why?
because she's like, I'm going to a baby shower. She said it right to your face. You should remember that, Mike. It was
She
the day
claimed
before.
in my defense, she
I
claimed she said
believe
that.
her. Ooh, although she lacks credibility on other things.
Yeah,
I'm not
I was
sure.
going to say, oh, you believe her on that, but you don't believe her on the titty size. How convenient for your argument. Which means you lose credibility.
Wait a minute, but you always babble on to me about caring about other people and what they're crap about them. This is your girlfriend, and you didn't remember that she was at a baby shower yesterday?
Yeah, no offense, but you don't have a lot of balls in the air. You know, that's like you've got yourself and her to worry about, and to a lesser extent, the poos.
Right.
So if she's not here,
I don't know why.
you might wonder, where's Beth?
No.
Oh
because-
yeah, she told me an hour ago she's going to a baby shower.
No, she probably told me
Problem
days
solved.
earlier. It's irrelevant. My point is, I hear baby shower and it's immediate download. Like, unload that. I don't need that.
Yeah, but
because
he's
I know
right,
it
though.
doesn't involve me.
But he's right. But that's a good point. The dog is probably here. The
Yeah.
poos was here yesterday. What are you doing? You're just sitting
In
around.
fairness,
going,
you're talking about a girl that with an A-cup chest that works 13 and a half hours straight at a hospital. So she's at the hospital, and then, according to Jay, when she's done working at the hospital, she comes home and will sleep like all day. So during the week, I won't see her
yeah.
hardly at all. There'll be like 1 or 2 days off, especially since we're going out of town. She's been stacking days.
So that
So it just runs into the next day. It's like, I didn't even realize she was going to a baby shower.
no, that's a
booze wasn't
stronger
here.
argument that you should know where she is
Why?
because she's not working. So you should be like, huh?
So
where's
she's
Beth?
sleeping at home in my book. If
But
she's
the
not
poos is
working,
with
she's
you,
sleeping at
isn't
home.
she? Is the poos with you?
No. She leaves the poos at
She
home.
left. She can leave the. Then why the hell is poos right here?
Because poos can't be left alone for 13 hours.
Oh,
So
God.
understand it. If she works all night and then she goes home and sleeps for 6 hours, she's with the poos. And then she gets up at 3 p.m. I'm prepping for this show, so I don't have time to see her or the poos. She'll either drop the poos off when she goes to work, at which point she's been to the baby shower. I had no interest in that anyways. I wasn't seeing her anyways. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it now.
So it's like if I'm
Yeah,
not
you-
involved in it, I wash myself of it.
I completely agree that she's not your wife, so it's not like you know what she's doing 100% of the time
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess see how that could fall through the cracks now that you talk it through.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you're on my team. So anyway, that was our little argument this morning, and it left with,
Yeah, and
you don't listen to anything I say.
and I hate
Yeah.
that where they play games like, oh, I guess you didn't listen. You're like, just who's Steve? Can we just be done with this?
Why is this an issue that we need to deal with right now?
Yeah.
Tell Steve I said hello.
It's like,
Well,
well,
yeah,
you got me. You got me. Wherever you're going with this,
Yeah.
you got me. Can we end this now?
Yeah, that's how I should have handled it. Anyway, if she insists with the utmost conviction that in a recent or ancient history you said something that's currently coming back to haunt you, and you're not 100% sure that you didn't, just safely assume those words may have come out of your mouth. That doesn't mean you have to plead guilty to a verbal crime. You're not sure you committed, but definitely plead poor memory and bewilderment. So she's keeping petty notes on,
Yeah.
well, you said this. I find myself in that one a lot.
Yeah, because you don't remember shit.
Well,
So you're behind the 8 ball a lot on that.
yeah. You know what? I think I'm not a good multitasker.
You're not a good listener, Mike.
I couldn't sign those stickers and have a conversation with you.
Yeah, I decided I couldn't either.
Okay. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just selfish. Is that what it is?
That's probably what it is a lot. And I don't mean that like, look, dude, you're a single guy, you know?
and I've been my
and I'm
whole
not-
life
yeah,
for the most
right.
part.
So you're used to taking care of yourself. So
Yeah.
you probably don't listen as much as
Yeah.
maybe she'd like, but
Yeah. That's
to be expected.
probably fair. That's probably fair. Just acknowledge that this woman who isn't me is pretty. And we've all been here where saying things like, girl says, is Jessica Alba cute to you? And now you're in that position of, boy, she's whatever. Just sounds ludicrous. She knows when someone is undeniably aesthetically pleasing. Just concur that the person has a nice face and move on about your day.
Well, why do you even ask? What is the point of
Well,
asking?
The article writer notes this only applies to famous and or unattainable people. Do not ever under any circumstance agree that her best friend or your waitress at Chili's or someone in a 200-mile radius is attractive to end a debate with your girlfriend because a new one will arrive.
see, that's a bunch of game playing, though, to E's point. It really
agree.
is. That's game playing. And honestly, I can't ever remember Gab kind of baiting me into that.
Yeah.
Because it's just a game. It's stupid.
I agree.
Hey, let's fight, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I've had girlfriends before that were like that took that really seriously. Beth doesn't do that. Beth doesn't play that game. Thank God. Because that is a shitty game to, yeah. The mood she's currently in debate, and this is with all women,
and
he suffers from this. While all evidence, including but not limited to facial expressions, tones, blatantly annoyed sighs, eye rolls,
Mr. Eye Roll.
zero eye contact, and one-word responses might point to someone being in a bad mood. That might not be the case here. Wink, wink. She might be in a completely fine mood, like she says.
Yeah.
Despite how it appears. Whatever the case, nothing further annoys an annoyed person more than arguing over just how annoyed they are. I deal with that more with E than with women.
Totally. Yeah.
Do you use the I'm fine argument ever to end? Like, when I'm annoyed, I'm fine. I got this shit. Like, it goes internal, dude. I don't want to discuss it with you. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to shrink discussion with, you know what I mean? Not you, but I mean just in general.
No, so many dumb little arguments that you get in, though. They're not really gonna go anywhere and have this big resolution.
Yeah.
It's all about somebody being frustrated and
Yeah.
or in a bad mood or just like just having a bad day. So a
Yeah.
lot of it is just kind of like, okay, let's just be done with this and move on.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. Yeah,
Easier said than done.
yeah, it is, but you know what I mean? So I think we're talking about a lot of the little bickering thing that happens.
Yeah.
And those you do, you just want to be done. Like, I'm fine. It's cool.
It's the worst one because there are girls, and I'm sure there are guys too, but I can only speak from the girls I've dealt with who seem to get off on fights like that, which is really annoying.
Ugh,
Just the pettiness of like little day-to-day bullshit.
dumb shit. Yeah.
Anything you're arguing about, if you're only like 50% sure you're right, they say. So many arguments could have been prevented or settled by a simple Google search. If you don't know something for certain, you need to use your resources. Don't argue for 15 minutes, then come to find out that you're wrong. Let her carry the burden of thinking she's correct. If she turns out to be right, no big deal. But if she's wrong, well, then it's gloating party hosted by you time.
Simple Google search. I like
Yep.
that.
The
I'm
one
gonna
that
use that one.
the one that happens via text messages. Conversations of any significance shouldn't take place over a means of communication that depends on cartoon faces to express emotions. Winky face! Winky face! Be forewarned, texting K is not a chill way to end an argument. I love that one.
I hate when people say
And
K.
bitch, 4-page thing. K. Guilty. It will only multiply the irritation level, they say. The argument about arguing, if words are being exchanged and you say something along the lines, I'm not going to keep arguing with you, and she responds with something along the lines of, I'm not arguing, I'm stating facts, or it's not an argument, it's a discussion, or that's because you know you're wrong, or you're the one who started it, you're going to want to just take this loss, taste the defeat, and the minimum harm done. It's like when a football team is being blown out late in the fourth quarter, they just punt so they can lose by 21 instead of 28. Yeah. I feel like I know most of those tips.
The bickering sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to find a way to diffuse it and just move on.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky. Gab doesn't seem like much of a.
Not a bicker. Neither of us are. So,
Yeah.
but you're
I'm not
human.
either.
You're human. So
I'm not
stuff
much
happens.
of a bickerer either. But I do
You're
find
not.
myself.
You
Yeah.
don't like conflict. So
No, I don't. Which makes it hard when I do find myself in those moments because I feel like they're a total waste of time too.
yeah.
That's
That's the problem. I think the heart of it is, you don't feel the need to like win this big battle.
Mm-mm.
You just want to move on. Like, let's just
Yeah.
be done with this.
Yeah. Anyway, how do you feel about reincarnation, Jay? Do you believe in
How do I
it?
feel? No.
No. What if it's a 4-year-old who claims it?
Oh, okay. Well, now I do.
Are you in now? E, how do you feel about
Well,
reincarnation?
you know
What do
I
think?
don't believe in it.
A
So
4-year-old believes in it or claims to have.
Yes, and apparently this isn't the first time. I think this was on the Today Show the other day, and I just saw an article about it today. It all began with horrible nightmares for this kid when he was 4. Then when he was 5, he confides in his mom one evening before bed. Mom, I have something to tell you. I used to be somebody else. I know, I'm going, whatever. I'm about to unclick the story myself. The preschooler would then talk about going home to Hollywood and cry for his mom to take him there. His mother Said he would tell stories about meeting stars like Rita Hayworth, traveling overseas on lavish vacations, dancing on Broadway, and working for an agency where people would change their names.
Dancing on Broadway.
This is a 4-year-old.
Love it.
4-year-old. Her son even recalled the street he lived on that had the word rock in it. His stories were so detailed, they were so extensive that it just wasn't like a child could have made it up. Cindy was raised Baptist and never really thought about reincarnation, so she decided to keep these memories a secret. Privately, she checked out books about Hollywood from the local library. Then we found a picture that changed everything. That photo in one of the books from the library was a publicity shot from the 1932 movie Night After Night, starring Mae West. She turns to this page in the book, and all of a sudden this kid says, "That's me. That's who I was." And he points to this guy on the page.
I think you were going to say Mae West.
No. Cindy said she was shocked, only more confused because the man Ryan pointed to was an extra in the film with no speaking lines. Dr. Jim Tucker, this MD, associate professor of psychiatry and neurobehavioral sciences in Virginia, U of Virginia, the child psychologist has spent more than a decade studying cases of children, usually between the ages of 2 and 6, who say they remember a past life. He's got a new book. I wouldn't mind getting this book, Return to Life. He details some of the American cases he's studied over the years, including Ryan's. His office contains the files of more than 2,500 children, cases accumulated from all over the world by his predecessor, this Ian Stevenson, who died in 2007. He started interviewing these kids back in 1961. He kept really detailed interviews and evidence on each case. He said 70% of the children say they died violent or unexpected deaths in their previous lives. Males account for 73% of those deaths. There'd be no way to orchestrate that statistic with over 2,000 cases. And he said the majority of the children investigated say they remember very average lives. Rarely did they claim memories of someone famous. He said Ryan's case is one of the most unusual because of the incredible detail he was able to provide. After weeks of research, a film archivist combing through original production materials for the movie Night After Night was able to confirm who he was. His name was Marty Martin, a former movie extra who became a pretty powerful Hollywood agent. He died in 1964. If you look at a picture of a guy with no lines in a movie and then tell me about his life, I don't think many of us would have come up with Marty Martin's tale, yet Ryan provided many details that really did fit with his life. It's a 4 or 5-year-old. After digging through old records, almost none of them available on the internet, and tracking down Martin's own daughter, Tucker was able to confirm 55 details Ryan gave about his life.
Yeah, but are they things that
I know that? See,
could generically apply to anybody?
This as I was reading it, I was saying the same thing.
Like a psychic. Yeah.
Totally, where you're like, does someone in the room have a person with an M in their name? And everyone's like, oh my God, it's me.
You've had tragedy in your life at some point.
Really? Yeah. Have we all?
Sickness in your family?
Did someone close to you pass away? Like a father, mother, grandfather, great-grandparent?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, the detail is amazing. Dude, I went to one of those with Beth. She wanted to go see this weirdo.
Awesome.
Dude, I sat there and fucking laughed to myself as these people were in tears.
Why didn't you laugh to her?
Huh?
Why didn't you laugh to her?
Oh, I did. I mean,
psychic's face. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, it was the
respectful.
Long Island medium. You know, the one.
No way.
Yeah.
You went and saw that?
Yes. Beth bought tickets and was like, will you go? And
what? It's like a group?
No. This chick fucking makes a mint touring around. She's got a TV show, and it was at some auditorium, and we went, I don't know, last year or something.
Yeah, she's got a reality show.
But it was just like, it was like if you go in there skeptical, which I'm always skeptical of these things, it was laughable to me. I got to be honest with you. It was almost laughable. But these people were eating this shit up, and they could not wait to eat more. It was ridiculous. It turns out Martin, back to this kid Ryan, wasn't just a movie extra. Just as Ryan said, he had also danced on Broadway, traveled overseas to Paris, worked at an agency where stage names were often created for new clients. Tucker also discovered Ryan's claim that he lived on the street with rock in the word was nearly spot on. He lived at 825 North Roxbury Drive in Beverly Hills. Tucker was also able to confirm other obscure facts that Ryan gave: how many children Martin had, how many times he was married, even how many sisters he had. While Martin's own daughter grew up thinking her father had just one sister, Tucker was able to confirm he actually had 2, again, just as Ryan claimed. He said he didn't see why God would let you get to be 61 and then make you come back as a baby. This is what the kid said. And that statement seemed to be incorrect because Martin's death certificate listed his age as 59 years old when he died, But as Tucker dug deeper, he was able to uncover census records showing Martin was in fact born in 1903, not 1905, meaning he was 61 when he died. Now that Ryan is 10 years old, he said his memories of Martin's life are fading. Dr. Tucker says this is typical as children get older. And the kid's like, I'm just ready to get on with being a kid. Which makes you think.
Friggin' weird.
Isn't that weird? Like you wouldn't think that you could program a 4 or 5-year-old to play ball if this was some scheme the mom was concocting. It just made me think in some weird way, is it possible? Could it really be possible that we all have these early, like I have no memory of the age of 5.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't think you could program a 4 or 5-year-old, but clearly you can. That's my conclusion.
You're such
Wow.
What'd you think, E? Do you believe Ryan? Little Ryan?
You know what's funny, dude? I don't believe in it. And
is this
I'm
in
very
Christianity,
skeptical.
by the way, that you don't believe in reincarnation? Is that why you guys
I guess
are
that's what it's
stuck on this?
based on. And I don't believe in the psychics, obviously, really. But I will say, dude, and I totally am skeptical like you do. You walk in, you know they're going to ask these questions that, you know, oh, you had someone die. And I had that friend die last year. And I had someone go to a psychic and they recorded the conversation they had. And we had this bonfire and they ended up playing it through whatever and played it through the audio. And dude, it was pretty nuts to me. I was very listening it to be as skeptical as possible. And I don't know what it was, but this one, it's weird. I don't know what to think about them because I really don't believe in them. And I still don't believe in it. I still don't believe in the one I heard. But and then, dude, I didn't know this kid that well. He was a friend, but he wasn't like someone where I was like so heartbroken that I just wanted to believe anything. I don't believe in it anyway. So like, I'm as skeptical as you'll come. And it's hard to.
I imagine though, if you take a kid your age that dies, there are things you would just deduce naturally and go
generic stuff,
very generic stuff that could seem very relevant. You know, they probably didn't. You know, the odds are they died of something tragic and sudden, or they, you know what I'm saying, Jay, that you could just point to and make it, you know, he had a lot of friends at that age. Kids have a lot of friends. He was very outgoing. He lived on the edge. He was, you know, just generalizations that you could say. And you go, wow, you sound like you're talking about my buddy. And
completely bamboozled dudes like E.
Yeah. And it's like, no, you're talking about everybody who's 31 years old that would die.
Yeah.
You know, you could generically say that about anybody.
I know. And I don't believe in it.
And to me, the trouble with those, it's like, I'm seeing someone with a Z in their name. And it's like, well, if you're talking to the fucking dead, why don't you just ask them their name, asshole? Why are we playing this guessing game? You know what I mean?
Right.
How about you just tell me his name was Mark because you're talking to him apparently, asshole? What is this?
Yeah.
Dude, I think
it turns out the Z was a sideways N. Okay. There's always something they can play with. Right?
Of course.
Dude,
but people really want to buy into that. They really want to believe that you're in some contact. It's so people are really and I don't blame
the hopefulness, right?
Yeah, it's hopeful that you're making some contact because everybody wishes they said something more. I want to make sure they're in a good place. I want to make sure. And so it's very easy to prey on those people and go, oh my God, she just wants you to know. She's really happy. She's never been in a better place.
Right. How many of these guys bring bad news?
Almost none of them.
That's a good point. It's a great point. You're right.
It's
like, oh my God, she's being tortured. She's being eaten by demons. She didn't
make it.
Oh, that looks like it hurts. Hot heat. I feel heat.
I do think though, Jay,
pitchfort coming.
I just smell burning.
Though, I do think though the people that believe in this stuff, but the people that believe in it don't believe in hell though. So they probably just believe that we all go to that. There's like these beings that just go. You know what I mean? They probably believe in ghosts, and you know what I'm saying. So I don't think they believe in any capacity. There's a negative anyway. I guess.
You don't believe in Swayze?
Dude, I
haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
No,
and in that movie, wasn't Whoopi Goldberg a medium? Didn't she do psychic?
Yeah. Who died?
Shit?
Demi Moore?
No, dude. Swayze died, and Demi wanted to talk to her, and so she went to Whoopi.
Yeah. Yep, that's right.
And Whoopi was a con artist.
Yeah,
but Swayze came to her and like actually spoke. See,
yeah.
Wow, we don't know. That calls everything into question.
What movie?
I take back what I said.
I don't know.
Fucking Ghost.
Come on,
you've never seen Ghost, you son of a bitch.
No.
What?
No.
What's the matter with you?
Never seen it. I don't know.
You've never sat behind your lady with a
Beth's buying one of those, by the way.
a fucking
Pottery making.
yeah.
thing.
What's it called?
I
A
can't
clay
remember.
wheel or something?
Oh, that's what that. I know that scene,
Yeah,
but I didn't
dude.
know that's from Ghost. I know that.
What was
scene,
the
but
song that was playing?
Oh,
Oh,
freaking
I want to go. No,
no, dude.
But that was
Freaking
from his
Dirty
dancing.
No,
Same thing.
it's God. Everybody's screaming at their computer right now. Yeah,
Whatever
You
that
know,
song is
you
from
know.
Ghost.
freaking Ghost song. Became really, really popular later, and everybody plays it at their weddings and crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
know,
I
you
think,
know the one. Poos, get away.
I think Kate.
Get away. Go. This is not the Ghost Potter wheel love scene. No way.
No. Where's the scene from Ghost? Oh, that is it.
Yeah, but
This
this is
is
a completely different
different song, yeah.
soundtrack. What is wrong with people on YouTube?
I
You know?
hate them. I hate.
It's like, oh,
They're so
let's take the
hateable.
Ghost scene and put some totally different song to it. Like, who would do that?
It's probably copyright shit. They probably yank it down, and so you have to use some song that's not.
But you can still use the freaking scene from Ghost. It's Demi Moore sitting there at a potter's wheel,
Yeah.
about to get clay all over her. There we go.
There it is. My darling.
You know the words, Mike.
No, I don't.
This
This just doesn't look sexy to me. This looks like a mess.
Yeah, you know how clay gets very quickly, gets very gritty.
Dusty.
Oh,
It's a mess.
I would not want that on my woman's
Why
breast.
why doesn't he have a shirt on?
Because he's Swayze in freaking 1992.
Oh,
I thought he was dead. How's he
Not
back?
at this point, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is to show their love, Mike.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
How in love they were.
Gotcha.
Look at Swayze. He's going to wreck it. He doesn't care, man.
Yeah, he didn't care. Smash it, my man. Ah, there
Oh,
he goes. Oh, no.
Swayze.
Oh, no.
You son of a bitch.
Making a big old mess.
Look at him go with those clay hands.
that scene is. That's the only scene I know apparently from that movie, and I didn't know that's where it came from.
That was a huge movie, E.
I know, I
Yeah.
know the name.
No, what year was it? 'Cause I threw out 1992. I think it was like 90 maybe. 89,
yeah,
90?
I was going to say 89. And it was
It
anywhere
was
from.
flipping huge. What year were you born, E? 83 or something?
84.
84?
Yeah, this
All
was
right,
either
yeah, you would
89, somewhere between 89 and
90.
2006. Somewhere in there.
Oh,
89
between
or 90.
89 and 2006.
1990. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh, what a leap!
1990.
Yeah. That was
You've got some homework, E.
that was
I'll watch it.
the
I love
pinnacle
it.
of the
It's probably-
Swayze craze.
Yeah.
The Swayze craze.
Yeah. The pursuit of curves. We've done these stories before. We got another one now of a
Is this fat asses?
yes.
Oh my
The
god!
lengths to which people will go.
I'm amazed by these stories. I really am. Waikisha Reed, she goes to this salon because she wanted to add curves. Everybody else got big booties. Patricia Kelly,
I'll just
who had
start
raised Reed since she was a baby, said. So she wanted a big booty. Nice if that's your parental influence saying that. She wanted a big booty. Everybody else got a big booty. Why can't Waikisha get one? Reed, a nursing home staffer, joined a growing number of people who are turning to black market buttocks injections, which are much cheaper. Yeah, and you get what you pay for.
Duh.
Reed went to the salon, Deep Ellum Salon, 3 times with no
Oh,
problems.
that's her?
That's her.
Oh my gosh.
Every picture I saw of her is her showing off her fat ass, which is hideous, by the
How
way.
old is she? Did you say that or yet? I didn't feel like you didn't.
34. She's 34. And I saw a few
So
pictures
gross.
when I was looking at this story, and every one of them is her looking back at the camera, like, look at this fat ass. Look at my beautiful fat ass.
Can you imagine that being such a priority in your life?
No.
Your ass.
No. I mean, I would think
It's
the
so
craze.
bizarre.
I would
The
think
value system.
dude, I would think the craze would hit guys with injecting their dicks with silicone way
Oh
before
my
it would get to
God.
chicks wanting a fat ass. Where, like, you talk about Endgame all the time. Where is the Endgame in 20 years with this? Did you just have silicone dragging off the back of your knees?
Mike, this is not well thought out.
No. It doesn't even look natural or good in any way. She went to the salon. This parental unit said Your butt's getting too big. But she got hooked on them booty shots. February 18th, she returned to the salon for a fourth visit, but something went wrong. Police found her body inside the business
Oh,
the next morning. Yeah, the building had been cleaned out. Her purse and cell phone were missing. They were just like, well, business is closed, and they fucking hightailed it out of there. Now Reed's family hopes someone will be brought to justice in her death.
God, you leave her there dead. That's just,
Yeah.
man.
Police issued warrants for the arrest for practicing medicine without a license to Denise Ross and Jimmy Clark. Police say they can't build a case against the pair in Reed's death unless the medical examiner rules the injections killed her, so they're awaiting tox results there. Even if the shots didn't kill Reed, her family is angry. The person who accompanied her there that day and whoever administered the injections didn't call paramedics. I want to see them on trial for murder. Reed's 20-year-old daughter. You have a 20-year-old daughter and you're going to get ass injections at some black marketplace.
I thought you said she was 32, 34.
34.
Oh.
Yeah, which means, she was a little.
So she's probably got like a 10-year-old granddaughter too. I mean,
Maybe.
She's a great grandmother. You're making fun of a great grandmother,
Look,
Jay.
she and by the way, Jay, it's had. She had
right. I'm sorry.
10-year-old
I
granddaughter.
do not want to speak ill of the dead.
Mm-mm.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm very mad.
So I knew
Because-
you laugh at the dead. Laughing at the dead, E? Damn. Hey, E, dead. Dead
Hey,
lady.
we're all gonna
Dead
die.
lady.
We're all
Left her children behind.
I have anything to do.
So she says, I'm very mad because anybody could have called 911. Two former clients of Ross and Clark said the pair ran a well-known illegal butt enhancement operation at this location for at least 3 years.
A well-known butt enhancement, just like how you just said it, like a buttocks.
That's what it
How did they
says.
say fucking ass? Or, well, ass isn't. What is the definite glute?
Buttocks.
Buttocks? Is
The
that the.
gluteus maximus.
There we go. Yeah.
They used hydrogel injections sealed with super glue. Sounds medical, right?
Jesus.
That sounds good. Jay, you in? Tighten up your glutes. Some super glue and hydrogel,
Tighten them up. They're making them bigger.
which they sold for $300 to $500 in doses in 15 to 45-minute sessions. The injections have long been popular among dancers and transgender women.
Ah.
Oh, God. Men glorifying big butts.
No, we're not.
Also, to be honest, in the black community, if you have a bigger butt, you get paid more. Another dancer who was 27 said she'd been a patient of the Ross and Clark for 3 years. She was pleased with their work. My butt has increased in size quite a bit. It would be like taking somebody with an A cup and putting D's on them. That's what she thinks. The woman said she paid a licensed surgeon almost $5,000 for her titty implants, but wanted to go a cheaper route for the buttocks.
I guess, I mean, titty implants are so accepted now, but rewind 20 years and we'd probably be, oh my God, really? They're paying that much to get breast implants?
Yeah, but titty implants are actual implants. You wouldn't just let some
Inject.
ass wipe just inject silicone and super glue into your chest.
Yeah, back in the day, though, everybody knew that silicone was really dangerous and they were doing shit
Yeah.
pretty extreme. I don't know. I think it's just the whole ass thing that strikes me.
Yeah.
I guess it goes back to being a boob man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can understand the titties, but God, what are you doing with these asses?
It just seems crazy to me. So they say that this couple was very professional. They would make sure you were doing it for the right reasons.
Oh,
Yeah.
You weren't being pressured from someone, but you were doing it for the right reasons.
Oh, were they? Were they
For what
really?
reason are you doing this? I want a big ass. All right.
Very
You've
good.
come to the right place.
Those are the right reasons.
Yeah.
That's the only
Oh,
answer they'll accept.
right.
I want a big fat ass.
Yeah, what were the
I will
wrong
be a
reasons?
repeat customer because I need a big fat ass.
What were the wrong reasons? Like you said, like,
What could be wrong there?
like who did they turn away? Were there really people they were turning away?
Honestly, what could be the wrong reason?
Well, my
wrong-
boyfriend keeps bugging me about my having a small ass
Yeah,
because he said pressure. He said something about people not pressuring them into so their boyfriend maybe going.
I'm worried about dogs in my neighborhood biting me, and I want a little cushion there. So if they do,
Yeah,
they don't
that's not
actually
the
get
right
the
reason.
buttocks. No.
Oh,
Well, I just want a big fat ass.
perfect. Sit down. Stand up, I should
Lay
say.
down.
Prone, please. Lay prone.
Just go to McDonald's, and eventually you'll get
Start
it.
showering. Eventually, it'll come
Au
around.
natural.
Get one.
But not everybody was so happy. She said they would put cotton balls with then just dip them in super glue, and that's how they close the wound.
The fuck?
Well, we know that's what you get for a discount. I mean,
she said that this one woman said, I felt intense pain and was told to be quiet after screaming in agony. That's what you want your doctor doing. Shut the hell up.
I'm trying to work here.
Dallas court records, by the way, show Clark has convictions for prostitution, lewd public conduct, and possession of cocaine.
This is Dr. Clark and
Dr.
doing
Clark.
the injections.
Dr. Ross has convictions for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, assault, possession of drugs, and theft.
Aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. And he's good thing. These two people, though, are still taking the time to ask if they're doing them for the right reasons.
That's right.
They're armed robbery. Now you're doing these butt injections for the right reasons, right?
They're running a proper establishment.
They have ethics. I mean, come on.
So they dabble in armed robbery. Whatever. Who doesn't?
Who am I to judge, I suppose?
Not going to take that into the doctor's lounge.
Oh, shit. Is that blue marker on the poos? Oh, my gosh.
From what?
I remember her coming over here while I was signing. But it looks like she put her face up.
I've done that.
Her.
I've done that before where I'm highlighting something and all of a sudden she'll give herself a Hitler, like a yellow Hitler.
Yeah, I got her right by the eye. Look at that.
That's permanent.
Blue
Poos.
Sharpie.
Look at that. Poos is wearing eyeliner.
Poos got a black eye, blue eye.
We got a woman charged with, and Jay, this will hit home a little bit. Woman was pissed, and this is in Florida, with she's been charged with smearing dog shit on her neighbor after police say the two got into a fight because
neighbor's dog pooping on the lawn.
Shit on her yard.
It's a common one. I feel her pain. I really do.
Amy Goldberg was released Thursday after being charged with battery on a person 65 or older. So it was an old lady who let the dog shit on the yard. Goldberg's neighbor was walking her dog when the animal shit on Goldberg's lawn in this upscale golf club community. She told him to clean it up from her window. Clean it up. And then she allegedly picked up the feces and smeared it on the woman's hands and shirt.
What is the girl doing that she's able? What's going on?
Finish your thoughts. Look at how wrecked he looks right now. Look at his eyes.
He's hungover from yesterday.
Holy shit!
I'm actually not. That's the funny thing. I'm not even hungover.
Finish your thought.
What is she? She smeared the feces on her hands. What is the other person doing that's just allowing this to happen?
She's 80. She's an old bird.
Still,
she's probably going, I
gotta be honest. Even my grandma, I don't think if I just started smearing feces on her, I think she would
try it. Nana? I bet you could get away with it. You could pull that on Nana.
I mean, I don't think. Don't get me wrong. She wouldn't be able to overpower me, but I think she would try to stop it. Like,
next time you're changing her diaper, kind of do that. Just grab a handful and go, Nana, what do you think about this, huh?
And just rub it on her shirt and her hands.
How you like me now, Nana?
Okay, maybe I will.
There she is.
There's the perp.
Yep.
I don't know why like the word perp is funny to me.
She admitted that she was targeting the neighbor with feces, but claimed that her neighbor smeared it on herself. So I was targeting with feces, but
well, we saw that convict recently do that in court. Remember, smeared on himself. So
that's a great.
It happens. It does happen.
This case has been solved.
She has a rough looking face, man.
Dude. She's charged with smearing shit on an old lady neighbor.
What do you expect?
What did you expect? She was going to be a 10? Would you?
Yeah, she's got some.
She was careful to do her lips though before she went in.
Yeah,
look at how
she
those are some wee lips.
For one, she looks like a man, and two, she has freckled face, like freckles beyond. My God.
Spent a lot of time in the sun.
She's in Boca Raton.
Yeah, she's got like that kind of older lady Florida lipstick on.
What is it?
Pink.
What? Yeah, it's not a good look for her.
Has she heard of suntan lotion?
What is it with dog shit, by the way, that has people outraged now?
Dude.
When we were kids, dogs just shit where they shit, and there were no bags. You didn't pick it up. It was like,
oh, I remember people picking it up.
I remember you picked it up. If my dog shit on your lawn, you picked it up. It was your lawn, but you couldn't tell the dog where to go.
Walking with like bags and shit.
Not when we were little.
I do. I distinctly remember that.
I remember people being in their yard with like brown paper bags and a spade shovel.
I'm not sure a lot of people walk dogs like they do now. If you think back, honestly, I think most people just kind of chained them on the outside, like let them out the sliding glass door, and there'd be a chain out there.
Yeah, there'd be one.
And the dog would kind of do like the radius of
you're right,
about 12 feet, and just shit all there.
Yeah,
and the lawn would be just all pockmarked with shit spots and you know how they piss and it
Yeah.
just burns it out.
Yeah,
People with dogs just had this area in this radius around their chain.
that's true. Was that
Not a lot of dog walking, I don't think. I think that's kind of a new.
maybe
newer
that's what I'm
behavior.
remembering then? People,
But I do remember distinctly one guy doing that where he'd walk and he had a bag, and I always thought, oh, that's really gross. But
yeah.
he's picking up his own dog shit. That's nice.
Thank God he's doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it.
God damn it! Trained his damn dog to come on our lawn. My dad's convinced of it.
Yeah. Is he still to this day?
Oh yeah,
100% Uwe trained.
totally. Yeah, next time you see him, Bill. What about that dog next door? Was that trained to shit on your lawn? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Mike. Yes.
It's so funny. Oh my God. And then we got, lastly, before we get to some email, teen gunman arrested for shooting a guy walking his dog.
Mm.
Nice story, huh? Allegedly, teenage gunman is surrendered in connection with the murder of
A thrill kill or what, man?
I don't know, Ty Fine Hamilton. My man Ty Fine.
Ty Fine.
Tyfine Hamilton.
man.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
I don't think is that
That's
Chinese.
No.
Not even
it's
close,
not.
Right?
He turned himself in with the connection of the murder of James Stuhlman, who's 51. Brandon Smith also arrested along with a 14-year-old. So there's two 15-year-olds and a 14-year-old. They've all been charged with murder and robbery. Each have confessed to carrying out the murder. Officers have not located the murder weapon, but they've received info on where it's located. Stuhlman out walking his dog 8:30 at night when police say he was approached by the three juveniles attempting a robbery. The father of one pleaded for his life, saying, "Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me." But he was shot in the chest.
It's like, do people really carry around valuables as they're walking their dog? I don't know. I don't
You
walk
wouldn't-
dogs. Do
You
you?
wouldn't think. Well, when you're out
Why
walking in
would you?
general,
Yeah, why would you? I mean, I don't even know why you'd have
Mike,
your
you've
wallet.
purportedly walked a dog. What do you take when you walk a dog?
keys
Yeah.
and a phone.
yeah.
Yeah. The suspects didn't even get anything from him. They didn't even rob him.
Yeah.
In
Nice
the end.
work. Nice work, gentlemen.
Yep. It's even more senseless to say because of that fact. The boys were all caught on surveillance cameras. They ran off into the night. They were wearing hoodies and backpacks. So they were like, these got to be school
They look like
boys.
they're 12.
Yeah. Look at that.
That is
Life
insane.
ruined. Police apprehended a group of boys fitting the description, searched the home. They recovered from these kids. They recovered numerous assault rifles and handguns, and charges were filed against them. The boys allegedly told police they were out playing basketball and then came up with the idea that they wanted to commit a robbery.
How do you think they came up with an idea like that? Where did they learn that behavior?
I don't know. Good question.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not a thought that ever popped into one of our heads. As they walked down the street, they initially targeted another man, but settled on Stuhlman because he looked less intimidating. Fuck. My understanding, according to the police chief, is that the daughter usually goes for a walk with him almost every night, the 13-year-old daughter. And for whatever reason, he said to her, "It's a little late tonight. I don't want you walking with me."
Wow.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Probably would have got raped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably right. Isn't it funny, though? 3 little black kids here shoot this white guy. Could you imagine if it was 3 white guys shooting a black guy out walking his dog, the headlines that story would have?
You're right.
That would be a completely, there's no mention of race in here. Like, oh, it was a white man, 3 black teens attacked him. But flip that, whether it had anything racially motivated or not, the headline is hate crime in Philadelphia. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
it.
I didn't
It's
even
just
hit.
interesting to me how that works.
Crazy.
Anyway,
Mike,
Hey.
we have some email.
we do. Let's do them.
Paul writes in and
Did you sign all those, you son of a bitch?
got him done, baby.
Wow.
Also drew on Izzy's face, apparently.
Yes, you did.
And there are only a
Ugh.
couple JDCs in there this time.
God damn it.
Really? How many is a couple? Because last time you said a couple and there were like 20.
Yeah,
and people
there's like
felt like it was watered down.
90% of them were DC. No, this time I did a couple.
Can I do these
2 or
tomorrow?
3. Paul writes in, and he's talking about the games wives play that we just talked about, just stupid
Mhm.
bickering arguments. He says one New Year's Eve night during a drinking game with several other couples, the conversation arose about who would ya. It was meant to discuss with your significant other who you'd have sex with. Well, my wife certainly didn't read the rules of the game because she interpreted who would ya as who you thought was cute or at most kiss. Her answers were always an untouchable person such as Bon Jovi, etc. When it was my turn, I said, the girl that does your hair. And at that moment, my darling wife ascertained the true meaning of said game, and it was an uneventful beginning to my new year.
Oh,
From
dude.
Why
Paul.
would you have? That's such an
That's
easy.
hilarious.
Paul was like, yeah, I'm going to let this fly.
yeah.
Chick
This
who
will
does
go
your
over
hair. Mm.
You could. That's the exact answer you could give in a room full of your boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, the chick that does my wife's hair. Oh yeah, I've seen her. Yeah, I would too. Can't say that to the wife though.
Paul's wife didn't have enough to drink that night, I guess, at
Yeah.
that point. Or maybe she had too much. Nick writes in, do you guys think you can avoid starting a show with 911 audio of 2 dead baby stories in a row? I guess he's hearkening back to Friday's episode.
Yeah.
I'm all for sensitive topics, but that was a bit much for a Friday morning. It was very disturbing to listen to real people in the actual moment of losing a child. To me, that fits right up there with watching a beheading video. I have a feeling that the pre-desensitized Jay would agree with me on this. And then he asterisk, referring to the episodes pre-100 when Jay had a hard time getting through murder and rape stories, the Jay before the depravity of Chaz Bono started rubbing off on him. End asterisk. Would
It's a
agree with
dick.
me on this.
Dick, by
If
the way.
that is the only complaint I have with the show, you guys must be doing swimmingly. So good so far, says Nick. He's our first caller, Nick. You'll remember him.
I remember.
Wait a minute. I thought he not anymore. He resigned
Yeah.
from the first caller.
He did.
He sent his resignation. Oh, we didn't accept it though.
Yeah, we didn't. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't resign. P.S. You guys should pick 5 nominees or so for a 2014 TOEIC and make a poll on the message boards where we can vote for who is crowned Miss TOI. You know, that makes some sense. We should do that. I know they've done composition. What in the hell is that? What is she doing?
I didn't eat. She's being a dick. Is
How?
what she's doing.
This is a 5-year-old dog. What?
That's my pen thing.
Dude, she's
Was
gonna
your
die. She's gonna eat some dumb shit and die.
I know.
I
Take
don't
up
want
the
it to
bet.
happen.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
You do.
For the record, I don't. I'm just saying it's gonna
Off air,
happen.
you would say the opposite.
It's not true. I love the poos.
You liar.
Oh,
You're a liar.
Dave writes in, gentlemen, and not ready to come out of the closet, Eric. With all the talk of holding doors open for strangers, this makes me hearken back to a story I had a few years ago. I was at my uncle's funeral, and thank you for the thoughts and prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was leaving the funeral, I was holding the door open for a nun, a penguin,
Nice.
holding the door open for a penguin. I would have done it for anyone, and since this was a nun, of course I would hold it open for her. What transpired next must have been a test from above. The nun stops right in the middle of the doorway that I have opened for her, and she starts to have a conversation with someone standing in the lobby of the funeral.
No.
If I let the door go, a large, heavy wooden door, it would have hit the nun, who was at least 75 years old. This action would have certainly knocked down said nun, resulting in her laying supine in the doorway, and possibly resulting in her having a bed next to my deceased uncle, and me having a fast track to hell. I held the door for the nun for what seemed like several minutes, but in reality was more like a minute or two, and I honestly do not remember her thanking me.
Wow.
I would have let the door go.
I would have too.
Honestly, I would have.
If she
None or
wasn't
not.
facing you, that's maybe you let it go and just kind of like ease it. So
No,
just
no,
you'd
drop.
have let it slam her.
Drop.
You'd have dropped a nun
I'd have let the door drop.
at a funeral home.
Yeah. I'm
Would you-
distraught because I'm at a funeral home.
Would you have done that hustle kind of walk, run away? Or would you have just sauntered away like,
I would have said, well,
fucking
she's gonna
knock down a
think
nun.
twice.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the attitude?
Yep.
Fuck that nun.
Fuck that nun. Oops. Down she goes. Down goes none.
Well,
Down
you're
goes
gonna-
the penguin.
You're gonna sit there and have a conversation right there while someone's holding the
None or
door?
not. You're being an asshole at
Yeah.
that point.
That
Right?
was a dick nun.
I'm not saying I trip her or I kick her in the back because she
No.
doesn't thank me, but I might let the door go. And
I
that's
think-
on her.
I
That's
think,
the nun's
you know-
got to take that one. She's got to own that one.
Honestly, I think it's within your right to drop the nun there.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not discriminating because I'm not going to give her special treatment
No.
because she's a nun.
Because
This
she's
is
a
where-
penguin? No.
Yeah, we're not. It's not like we're in the nunnery, anyways.
No.
This isn't her home field.
The nunnery. God damn it.
Jill writes in, hi, gentlemen and E. First off, thanks for a great show. Biggie is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, I'll get to the point. Unfortunately, someone I know just passed away. Thank you for the thoughts and prayers to the family. We had 2 parens. Thank you for thoughts and prayers
A lot of people
in
dying.
a row. Yeah, people are dying all the time. It's
almost
crazy.
as if it happens every day.
Yeah. Well, from looking on Facebook, I found a gem of a post and had to share. Thank God I was in the safety of my cube because I couldn't contain myself. This happens a lot. By the way, I would love to a gone to soon shirt option. She posted a post of them saying, "Oh, poor Eric, gone too soon." and Eric, dude, you were talking about an acquaintance just a week ago. Same thing,
dude.
I think that's just a common one, man. Gone too soon. People just have trouble with the double O.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so it's not just our friends, the Browns from Missouri.
You know,
It
I openly
really-
admitted that when you said that shirt, like I got it after you said it, but I openly admitted that I wouldn't.
You wouldn't have noticed?
I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, I think it's just a common one, dude. It's just a common phrase that they fuck up.
There were Michael Jackson shirts I saw gone to soon. I want to visit soon. It sounds gorgeous. I mean, all these high level people
Especially
are
this
going
time
there.
of year.
Yeah.
Highlight of Jill's email though is
Winky face.
I got a winky face.
Nice.
Old school winky face. Look at that. What is that?
Parentheses and
That's a semicolon paren.
Yeah.
Jill. Yeah.
Very nice.
P.S. I always say thanks for someone holding the door open for me, and I always give the wave when someone lets me in traffic and get pissed off if I don't receive the wave back.
Do women hold the door for other women?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Oh, that's a great question.
Based on the behavior with men where we see them not holding the door, I bet they get catty and they don't.
Yeah.
I bet so too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I have definitely been in a scenario where Beth and I are walking into a mall or something, and some lady she's in the zone where a guy would hold the door, and it's just like not a chance.
Really?
Not a chance.
Never even occurred to her.
No. Just don't even break stride. It's like don't even look over the shoulder like to gauge whether or not they're close enough where I could make this worth it. But no, drop it. I imagine they'd pull the door shut in each other's face. Just knowing
Yeah.
women.
I totally agree.
Then we have a couple emails today about side boob versus under boob. I think that
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
that
Under boob
kind of
wins.
argument is still going.
Under boob
I would
wins.
say for the most part, most people who have been emailing in say under boob.
Yeah.
I'm
And,
sticking with side boob.
And there's been attachments and things showing
And?
set examples. And boy, it's a tough argument to
It
keep
is.
making the side boob thing when you see some of these examples. So
Yeah.
it's a Hobson's choice, as I said.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both great.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
no
they're both
losers there.
wins.
Yeah, no.
It's like
losers.
we said at the beginning, which kid do you love most? It's
Yeah.
really a hard one. to
Yeah.
say.
Sweet pie. Sweet pie is the under boob of the household for sure. I mean, Russ and
I would
Manny
argue
each
that
have a side, but
See,
sweet pie is the under boob.
See, I would argue that the sweet pie is the side boob and the other kids are the under boob. That's just my argument, though.
Hey, let's save the rest
Sorry,
for tomorrow.
Jed. No, I
Okay.
didn't mean to make that. Jeez.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
So
you
you
said
said
the
it.
same things, though. So.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't
No, you
apologize for it.
liking my children.
To titties.
Yeah.
All three of I included all three of them at least.
Nice guys.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Thank you. Classy show we got here. Hey everybody, thanks for listening. We will do it again tomorrow and Wednesday before heading out of town. You working on the best of?
Yes.
People are worried, by the way.
They should
They're
be.
already making
After
calls
what
for-
happened, they absolutely should be.
They're saying, "Oh, I can't wait to hear Halsey again."
No,
And
no.
She
There will
hasn't
not.
Even, she hasn't even been on since.
I'm
fucking-
just saying what I read.
There will not be that sort of bullshit where he just rehashes the same 3 or 4 things. There's going to be different stuff, whether it's the best stuff. No, he's been listening for us. He's trying to hedge himself, kind of
Yeah.
cover himself so that we don't bitch. Oh, what were you thinking?
Yeah,
So we've seen general lists, but admittedly, some of these I just don't remember.
yeah.
But
I
there's
don't
been
either.
a lot, that's happened over the years. So
People are going to hold them accountable for production value as well.
oof,
I know.
that
Which
could
they
be the
only
real
know because of
failure.
you. None of them would have fucking even had thought about it.
However, they learned the information. They learned it, and now they demand it, and they're demanding their freeze worth, and
They're going to be
including
like that.
production value in
They're
that.
going to be like that sounded clipped to me.
Hopefully, they will. I want them nitpicking the shit out of you. It's the only way you're going to learn. Righty?
As
Oh,
he
yes.
scrawls his name on these
Yeah, he's-
stickers.
is-
What is that even?
He
Is that
just makes
some
a scribble
Japanese
on the
symbol.
Yeah,
No, there's.
He admitted that he practiced his signature.
for years.
I've been practicing since high school.
What an asshole.
For this moment, Jay is coming to it came to fruition.
And now you act
It
disgusted
came to
when I
what? Wait, it
sit
came
in
to,
front of you.
came to what?
fruition.
Oh, I
Sorry,
thought you said pro-ish.
I did.
Oh.
You did.
I knew I said it wrong, but I do know it correct. I know what it is. I just said it wrong.
Got it. Hey, don't forget to vote for us. Podcastawards.com.
Yeah.
The
Only
2
2 days
categories. And if you're doing multiple emails, don't forget to clear out the ballot to start over.
Yeah.
Don't forget to share us on Facebook. Please do. Find us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. We're on there now.
It's funny. I just this weekend got that notification. It said
That we're on
I
Instagram.
said the Trickcast is following you. I'm like, wow, my own show is following me. Thank you.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, so check that out. Retweet us, you sons of bitches. Whatever.
Please do. And with that, we'll call it a day for a Monday, but we will be back tomorrow with an all-new Tuesday edition.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow.